I look and see, it's not just me.
Jeff, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see, it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, it would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
Yes, I look and see, it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see, it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where I stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. They call us problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild. Wild. Yeah.
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Time Cop.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, hairline. I have Paul London imitating Aubrey Edwards. You want to watch that video? You want to watch that? It's.
Well, we got Super Dave, Pro Wrestle Clips. Tony Khan has Camille and Megan Baines sitting at home being paid since 2023 for nothing. Come on now. It's not going to be the pod calling some kettle black on that one. Truth is the truth. Vacker was more over than Monet. Yes. I'm sorry. I'm reading slow. Vacker was more over than Monet and is going to the big times. Absolutely. And I said that. I think I covered that show. In fact, I know we did. And I pointed out, I'm going to go back and listen to my own comments. But I did make a mental note, and I think I did point out that I thought she looked really good because I had never seen her before. And now that you pointed out, I don't want to say she looked better than Mercedes, but I think the expectation was a little higher for Mercedes, obviously. And perhaps Stephanie exceeded hers and perhaps Mercedes didn't. That's my take on it.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan.
The system is broken. It was time for a revolution. We could be the wrestlers that we want to be.
We have our own stories. We make our own characters.
Different. That's what makes us elite.
I've been forced to vacate the AEW World Trios Championship.
Khan created a revolution.
Show days, super chaotic. A lot of times we get here and we don't know what we're doing till hours, minutes before we go out there.
There literally are, I think some weeks, 100 talents running around backstage.
At that point, it caught Tony Khan's ear, and he started thinking, maybe I want to do this. Let's get together. And I guess the rest is history, right?
We're just getting started, but it's a great fight to start a great night.
Orange Cassidy in serious trouble.
This will be fun, right? I'm excited. Ready to go? Go to break.
Figured it out what works.
What's happening, guys? Welcome to another eclectic edition of PWT Live Show, I am your host, the infallible, the fanatic, Phil Marks. I'm sorry, the rule of threes. I guess I should have said the infallible, the fanatical, and the flagrant Phil Marks here, joining you all a little late. Sorry, guys. I thought this thing started at 6 my time. It was 5 my time. So sorry about that. I was trying to jump in during the pre-show, but we're here now and we're doing the damn thing. How you guys feeling? So I got to give predictions really quick. You guys, youtube.com/@prowrestletimes, youtube.com/Pro Wrestle Clips. And yeah, thanks, man. We're almost at 4,500 subscribers on the Pro Wrestle Clips channel. Thank you for that. And we're almost at I think we're working our way to 1,300 on the other channel. So if you subscribe to one and not the other, just make sure you go subscribe, even if you don't consume the content that way. You know what I mean? Subscribe to the clips, even if you don't watch the clips, and subscribe to the long form, even if you don't listen to it in long form. And also on the clips channel, you get little bonus nuggets. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm glad everybody in the intro chat is with me, of course. You guys with the green names, those are members. Consider joining for 99 cents. That's how you support this channel, and it's the best way to do it. The other free way to support the channel is just hit that like button and just, subscribe, leave a comment, get up in the chat, get involved. I'm going to put a poll in the chat. Speaking of chat, pause. And let's go. A new poll here. We're going to start a poll. Who do you think wins the NXT Tag Team Championships? And we will go see Axiom and Frazier versus Chase U. So my predictions on this one, I believe that, oh, sorry, here I'm watching this dive. Nice dive. It's hard to say, man. I think maybe Ridge the Fridge gets it done tonight. And then we start to see the descent. I think it was Alfred Konua who was on my show, and he predicted eloquently how Motor City Machine Guns, like, it fits. I think it was him. I think it was Alfred. Sorry if I'm misremembering, but somebody had talked about how, the story with Axiom and Frazier is like slowly they're splitting up, and like their focuses are on different things. And then if Motor City could come in and like beat them for the titles and whatever, because they're not focused and they're not paying attention, sort of like my Gunther Okada fantasy mark booking I did back in the day. So who knows? God, these sounds are not working. StreamYard is being fudgy again today. All good. It happens. But yeah, I'm glad you're all here. I don't know, at Pro Wrestle Times on X. Don't worry, we got some Phil Marks bookmarks. I got AEW news. We got a whole gang load of Dave Meltzer to get into. As you can see, our good friend right down here. So yeah, we got tons to get into. And it was so okay. I gotta give some reviews, right? I gotta break down. So the kickoff show, Sam Roberts, he's a little cringe. She's funny from back in the Opie and Anthony days, though. So I like Sam Roberts. That girl Megan Morant is just completely dreadful at the job. I've been saying it since last year. I'm not sure. I'm not trying to bury her or anything, but that Matt Camp guy was trashing her recently. Sorry, I'm just closing my fucking window. It's blowing. It's been windy here and shit lately. Anyways, so yeah, she's just terrible. Like, I'm sorry. She just seems not confident and not really sure of what she's doing or talking about, which is whatever. You know, I'm not gonna bury her, even though that's kind of what I did. But Sam Roberts is okay, but then for the intro, they do the opening package, like hyping up all the matches and that, right? And then Booker T Vic Joseph's on the mic and he's just putting shit over. And then Booker T gets on the mic, like to the live crowd, and he just starts yelling, like, "Yeah, man, can you dig it, sucker?" You know, he's just hitting all of his lines, and he's like, "We're excited, it's No Mercy," and the crowd erupts, and it was awesome. I thought it was an amazing way to open the show. So round of applause to that. We got to do picks tonight. Oh, first, Dashing Purpool for $1. Thank you so much. I can't tell what your profile pick is, but I don't know if you botched and didn't leave like a message in the super chat, but if you threw me a buck and you write a message into the chat and I'll answer it. You know what I mean? Oh, sorry. And Chase, you were champs, by the way. Yeah, I botched that. My bad. So, okay. Yeah. So I completely botched that. You're right. Because they won last time. So, Motor City Machine Guns come in and beat, okay. So I guess Konua's whole prediction was wrong there, I guess. Yeah. Because it went to Chase U. So, and now we see a super kick to Frazier. They might break up. So maybe Machine Guns come in and beat Chase U. I've been saying since the rip, just bring them to the main roster. You can slowly introduce the Motor City Machine Guns to the main roster and people will get it. And that powerbomb to backstabber shit was amazing. Damn, a huge kick out. Fuck yeah. This match is nuts. So if you're not watching, sorry, this Purple guy, you think Zach comes out with the X Division title? Yes, sir. And thank you for that question because I watched Emergence. If you guys haven't yet, check out my TNA Emergence watch along. Check out from Friday. Check out my yesterday morning. We did Bash in Berlin, WWE, and then of course NXT tonight. We're doing No Mercy. Triple header, dealing with an infection. Yeah, embracing the grind, bruv. Yeah. Fucking killing my bits. StreamYard. Yeah. Killing my bits today, man. My goodness. Oh, my God. We got to figure that out. Thank you for the super chat. I appreciate it. Here, sorry. Working like shit here. And Pete in Texas for $5. The best guys, Tony Khan. The best guys, Tony Khan. Here, you got it right here. I'm so sorry, guys. It will get better.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
The show can only go up from here, okay? We're starting
the best guys, Tony Khan.
The best guy is Tony Khan, man. And thank you so much, Pete in Texas, for the $5 super chat.
Acknowledge me.
And so there you go. Frazier and Axiom retained, even though there's the super kick. See, they're milking it slowly. And Alfred Konuwa could still be right. That's why you love WWE, man. Keeps you on your toes. Now, do I like flubbing titles back and forth? Not really. Not entirely, but it kind of makes sense. Like Chase U can never really seem to fully get it together. And their last reign was fairly short too. So it just sort of adds to what's going on with these fairly short reigns. You know, that's going to be a storyline. And then you have, my goodness. So, okay, they just hit a doomsday device. Now, I'm not trying to say anything, but on Collision, like a dude got dropped on his head eating a doomsday device. And so I don't know if like Shawn Michaels, because he does these fucking petty things where it's like, no, we're going to show you how to do this properly. So, that could have been that right there. If you guys haven't seen it, well, we'll get into it. Let's dive into. Well, let's make predictions, guys, because I haven't even given you my goddamn hold your goddamn horses. I haven't even fucking given prediction. I'm swearing so much too. My goodness. Sorry, YouTube. Love you, YouTube. Love you, chat. And yeah, I'm loving this. That match cooked right there, though. That was phenomenal. Okay, so Wesley, Zach Wentz, a blood feud, if you will. Maybe not blood feud quite yet, but by blood because they're brothers, you know. Shout out Myron Reed. Did Ridge just fuck them up? See, I felt like this was gonna, because I was gonna point it out during the match, like, you guys, Ridge isn't in Chase U. Like, that's a weird thing this whole time. Like, Ridge doesn't, not that he doesn't fit, but it was just like, this can't be, even though he won a tag title. So again, WWE just swerving us all the time. Like, this is, I'm not mad that Ridge is like, oh, I can't stick with any group or whatever they do going forward. Like, so I don't know. Heat him up for the NXT title for Joe Hendry or something eventually. I'm down. Use Chase U to get fucking Ridge Holland more over. He's got a great look. He can work great. I don't even know why the fuck he's in NXT again, but they made it work. Listen to the crowd's reaction to all this shit. And we're starting the show with this. That means there's got to be some shenanigans in the main event of the evening, no? So 67% of y'all said Chase U. And what did I say? Chase U as well? Do we count that one, folks? I came in late. The match already started. You almost can't count it. But did I say Chase U? Did I say Chase U? Chat, tell me. I don't remember. Because I'm dumb. And I was hitting that Perry pack in Minecraft. You know what I'm saying? Damn, the table didn't break. Thea's really trying to act her ass off. Give her the close-up of her crying unless she's not doing a good job. Love Thea Hale, by the way. Just throwing it out there, you know. Let's see her in sheer terror. The sheer terror. She just, like, can't believe it. Yeah, I don't know, man. If you're a woman and a dude starts staring at you like that, get the fuck away from him. That's all I'm saying. That's some crazy shit. And they're stretchering him out. No, she sold it really good. And the crowd's chanting one more time. You sick bastard. You sick sons of bitches, man. Fuck me. So, sorry, I'm taking some vitamins. The first ever. Yeah, they're chewable. Haha. It's the easiest kind to ingest. So the first Hell in a Cell, I believe, is out of Bad Blood. Bad Blood's coming up. We were informed on the last show that the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view is no longer a fucking thing anymore. I believe we get a Hell in a Cell. And I believe Punk is going to go up against Gunther as well. And then Drew's going to come and fuck him out of the world title. And because Punk said succinctly after Bash in Berlin in the post interview or whatever, he's like, I'm done with Drew McIntyre. Our feud's over. Now, you know they're saying that for a reason. It can't be 1-1 and feud over. They're doing that to, like, drum up the shit and pique the interest, and everyone go, no, we want a third one. But WWE's going to push it along. Like, yeah, it's Gunther and Punk. Because we're all like, who's next for Gunther? Well, Punk can put him over, look strong, get screwed by Drew, and then they can do Hell in a Cell. Or something like that. Everyone's saying Hell in a Cell with them. I don't even need, we could do Last Man Standing. I could be anything with those two. They make it work. But it's got to go higher than the fucking strap, obviously. Like the strap match. That being said, obviously we don't get like a hot shot booked Drew Punk Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood unless, let me hit an X-File. Unless we get like Gunther Punk on a Raw. Just bear with me here, folks. Right? They just not hot shotted, but it's fucking, you want to get rating like Gunther Punk, because we can revisit that as well down the line, right? So just bear with me here. Let's say like in 2 weeks, we get Punk Gunther on Raw, because Punk's only wrestled on 2 PLEs. He's got to wrestle on a Raw sooner or later. He can't just do MSG house show with 20,000 people in it or whatever, and then do 2 PLEs. He's got to wrestle on Raw sooner or later in a match, right? And I'm sure, because isn't there a lot of football and shit going on too, man? I mean, they got to really keep interest peaked here, okay? So, especially with like, they're going SmackDown and Collision are going head to head on September in like a week here. And also, we have an NXT going head to head on the CW in like a month with AEW. So they got to really keep people invested and all of that. And so imagine we get a Gunther Punk schmoz finish on a Raw. And then we get fucking Drew Punk, Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. And then you still have a clean Gunther Punk down the line where it can be like a clean finish. Drew is out of the picture. Maybe there's an injury angle. Maybe he's just taking time off, whatever. He's in a movie. I think he's in Batista's new movie and shit. So Drew's killing it right now. What do you guys think about that, Chad? Is that too far out there? Or Scully Vibes for $2 says, "What's up, Phil? Hit the like, PWT." Yeah. Yes, please hit the like. 77 of you watching. Run those likes up to 50. I will end this poll in the chat here. Somehow, guys, somehow the poll went higher since I last checked, and more of you picked Chase U since the match has ended. Oh my goodness. We're big botching today. 25 likes. 25 of you hit that like. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And what's up, Scully Vibes? Good to see you, man. Passing around the good vibes. Yeah, tomorrow is the last Monday without Monday Night Football for the season. So you do Gunther, Punk, because they're both just like, yo, we're no nonsense. We don't fuck around. You just do them on Raw in like 2 weeks. Think about it. I don't know. I'm just thinking about how to try and write TV and keep ratings up and keep people compelled. And then Drew fucks them. So it's like, okay, well, we don't even know. And then like Gunther can just be like, whatever. Like, I have nothing to do with their business, you know? Then he can go on and challenge whoever else. And then who? I don't know. We got to think about this. Maybe I'll do a podcast. Well, tomorrow I think is the 1 year anniversary of Brawl In. And I'm gonna get Duke on the show, and because we're on opposite sides, he thinks Punk is a bully and threw his weight around and blah blah blah, and I think the opposite. You guys know how I feel about that shit. So we're gonna debate it, and it's gonna be awesome, you know. And me and Duke love each other. We're gonna debate the shit, you know. It's gonna be fun as shit. I can't wait, and maybe he'll enlighten me, but And I maintain, you know, it's not like Punk ain't an asshole and doesn't rub people the wrong way, especially in his past. Maybe now less so, but that doesn't make you a bully necessarily, right? Like is the case of the misunderstood. You know, I feel that way. You know what I mean? I feel misunderstood all the time. So, yeah, it's a relatable thing that like some people just can't. Yeah, I don't know. But up next, we get Wesley versus Zach Wentz. We got to make picks, folks. I'm fucking up. We're going all down these different paths here. So Zach Wentz, X Division champion, won the Ultimate X match, completely swerved me. TNA Emergence. That shit was baller. And we got Wesley, Rascals going at it, getting the shine they deserve. You know, Wesley is... I think he gets the win over the X Division champion. And then I think because he's already shown up in TNA prior, and we've seen tons of Carolina Petrovich is fighting Jordan Grace from NXT. We've seen all the crossovers that's happening. TNA is a real thing, right? More than ever. We have Joe Hendry fighting for the world title, for the NXT title, rather, on this fucking show. So I think Wesley, he already did a 6-man with Rascals over there. I think we see Wesley beat the X Division champion here, and then go show up on NXT, TNA, pardon me. Like, I don't know when, at the next set of tapings or these tapings. I don't know, whenever they do it. And he shows up in TNA and goes, yo, I beat the X Division champion. Like, I'm going to take this shit. You know, you tried to come to mine and fucking take mine. So, you know, And then I think we see Trey Miguel get involved in that and the TNA side. But then I think Zachary Wentz gets the win over Wesley, right? And then you have that third and final match at I don't know when or where or how, but by God, we're going to get a fucking NXT, TNA, Forbidden Door, Prohibited Portal pay-per-view. That's coming, okay? It's going to be the Invasion, TNA versus NXT. I don't know how they're going to do it, right? It's not going to be an Invasion angle, but it's going to be like a crossover event of epic proportions. It's going to happen. Maybe you save their trilogy for there. And I know I always do that. Oh, come on now, Phil. Why do you always got to book things in trilogies, Phil? But the thing is like that's we're talking sports-based, man. And that's what WWE's doing so well, even when they're telling these great stories. It's soap opera, sports-based. The pay-per-views are so sports-based. And, yeah, it's just been magical lately. Clearly, the business reflects that. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't know. I think I'm on to something with that. And I'm just so happy this is all happening. Now, maybe there isn't a trilogy bout. Maybe I'm going too overboard, but I think it makes sense for Wes Lee to be like, well, why don't I take your X Division title? Or what if Wes Lee beats Zach Wentz for the X Division title and carries that shit around on NXT TV? All I'm saying is like, you got to think about the relationships well. Everybody's working well. Everybody's enjoying it. Everybody loves it. And they have the right people involved in the right places. That's all I'll say. Andre Adams with a $5 super chat says, Josh Alexander screws Joe Hendry. Brother, I'm right there with you. Fucking dude, I'm right there with you, man. Josh Alexander, I thought he would win the TNA title from Nick Nemeth, Dolph Ziggler, at TNA Emergence in the hour-long Iron Man match, which was brilliant. Go back and watch it if you haven't. Put on the watch-along, my TNA Emergence watch-along from Friday, if you didn't listen to that, along with it, and hear my reactions. And I sort of vaguely laid out what I'm saying now, but I thought Alexander would show up with the TNA title here and help Ethan Page, who's the NXT champion, and they'd fuck up whoever. See, guys, he did it. There you go. He has the fucking X Division title on TV here. Phenomenal. Now, Nemeth has said flat out he doesn't think, like, he's like, dude, I just left WWE and I'm on a per appearance TNA contract that I keep renewing for 10 appearances. And he's like, I don't think I'll be involved in the WWE shit at all because I just left there and that's a whole other thing that's going on, right? But so I thought for sure Alexander would get the title off him and then show up here at Emergence and help Ethan Page, and they do like the power trip thing where they have the TNA title and the NXT title, and they're just like, what's up? Now that didn't happen, but it doesn't mean that can't happen. It doesn't mean Ethan Page can't show up and help Josh in like a rematch, because I believe Nemeth and Josh will rematch. It was such a good match. Holy shit. And they both at the end of it looked like they could go another hour. It was like, holy shit, these guys are just in shape, professional. Fucking how many times have they touched in the past? Went an hour long, dude. It was amazing. And so, yeah, he came out with the X Division title. And we have Wes Lee repping MSK and repping his black and yellow, you know, the NXT colors, and just being like, fuck TNA. I'm an NXT superstar. You're a TNA wrestler. So I don't know. WWE swerved me. Did I pick Chase U, though, guys? Does that one count? I got to know if I'm 1-0 or not. I can't remember who I picked. I might be 0-1. But for this one, I am picking Wes Lee gets the win. Hold on. Yeah, Wes Lee has to win. There's no way Paige or Wes Lee actually lose. You can't have your guys losing, especially when Paige is sort of like an outsider, you know? So, hell yeah. Fuck yeah, chat. Chris Perry for $5. You're in prison. Your cellmate choice is Lester or Omos. Who you picking? That's easy. That's actually not a bad... Here, I'll give you the answer.
You what?
Here, I need to give you another you what.
You what?
There we go. I'm not hearing my sounds, man. StreamYard's being weird. Excuse me. So, that's actually easy. I'm taking Lesnar because if the steroids shrink your nuts and your thing, someone's going to clip this and be like, and they're going to be like, Phil, you what?
You what?
But I like questions like this, dude. Yeah, Lesnar, his shit might be smaller. You know what I mean? Omos seems like he's probably got like a whole human person hanging off him down there. So yeah, just in case, you know what I mean? I'm indigenous, and so right when you go to prison, folks, it's trust me, things get racially divided pretty quick. But I am mixed white too, so I'm probably, and I'm Canadian. Brock lives in Canada, so I'd probably have to squat up with him. I'd probably have the least in trouble navigating that scenario. I know we got into weird territory, guys. Thank you for the question, Chris Perry. Not related to Jack Perry, by the way. You fucking sicko. Hey, all. What's up, Jonesy? Here, guys. I'm gonna try. Almost wouldn't hurt a fly. Yeah, but in prison, bro, you do weird shit. Okay. If Wentz wins, it'll make me more interesting. Oh my god, I'm still good. Either one, because they're not gay. Yeah, exactly. They both like hot women. So we Phil, what the fuck you what? Hey man, I'm just, you know me, I try to break it down realistically here and scientifically. Damn, Wentz's gear looks phenomenal. MSK, the Rascals, the whole black and green, and then they threw in like a little purpley in there. I don't know, man. Myron Reed wears some red and black shit. I'm like, they should do more of that. But yeah, I don't know. I'm not hating on the black and green, but so many people do it. And in that X Division match for the Ultimate X, Laredo Kid, Riley Osborne, I believe, from NXT. Or no, who the fuck was it? I can't remember. And he came from NXT, though, from Chase U. And Zach Wentz were all wearing black and green. And I was like, God damn it. And then the Outcasts wore black and green. And I was like, hey, too many people wearing black and green, bro. But yeah, sorry, Scully. I just have to be honest. I'm honest with you, chat. Okay. I tell you the truth. You guys are clipping that. Phil is sus. In prison, a hole's a hole. Yeah, you guys are. Oh my god. We just went. Jonesy Jones joins in, and we're just in fucking weird territory right now. Just look at the super chats. I got asked some quite funny shit. 100 of you in here. Run those likes up to 50. Yeah, I got Wesley winning. Riley Osborne is correct. Thank you. Yeah. And he's from Chase U. Their scheme is red and black. They're wearing he's wearing black and green. What are you doing? Weird Town immediately. Just I like it. Good. Is it time to bring up hot dogs? Yeah. I don't know, but we got to get those likes up to 69. That's what I know. Freakcast. That's where we're at with it. Freakcast. Come on, Vic. Come on. Booker's so good. Him and Vic are the shits. The shit, pardon me, not the shits. The shit, not the shits. I love them. It's hot dogs and burgers time. Okay, so yeah, dude, we just got a good match between these two thus far. And Wesley's healing. All the selling Wentz is doing makes me think maybe later he pulls one out, but because Wes is really beating the shit out of him. Would you rather cast? Yeah, maybe we'll do that members only. You guys can ask me just would you rathers. Or we can do it now, man. You guys are chat. You tell me. Vitamins. Oh, come on now, Phil. That's not very fair. You said Booker T was the shits by accident. You meant the shit. He's literally one of my all-time favorite wrestlers. And he's one of the best commentators. Fuck all the haters who are like, book's so annoying. It's so stupid. It's like, dude, he's wiling out, and he's a former guy who's been in the ring. And Vic is the straight guy, you know, calling it down the line. So, would you rather Mariah May or Tiffy time? I mean, it's like an impossible fucking question to answer. What do you mean? Let me think. God, yeah, that's a hard one. I'm gonna say Tiffy personally, but they're both like, yeah, of course. But I don't know. Mariah May looks like, and I mean this in like a good way, because she comes from the Joshi style. Like, she looks like she's been punched in the face, like in the nose and shit. You can see she's like, you can tell people's noses. They have like, if they got that fucking sort of, and I'm not saying it's unattractive at all, you know? I'm just saying she's like real and raw. Tiffy's like a crazy gymnast, though, you know? That's what I'm. You know, Mariah's probably freakier. Tiffy's a gymnast, though. So, and I don't know. So there you go, if that answers it. Here we go, man. This match is solid. Sorry, guys. I'm glued to the fucking screen. Just a punt kick. I don't know if I'm ahead of you guys. I'll try not to spoil it, but Mariah. Everyone's saying Mariah. Yeah. It's like the same person. Yeah. Tiffy time. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It would just be. And like, I'm a taller dude. So like, to me, most girls are fucking smaller. So it's not, I'm like, oh, Mariah May's like, you know, because some dudes are like, I want to throw her around and shit. It's like, I could throw Tiffy around too, you know? So it'd be fun. Sorry, my girlfriend's probably like, what the fuck are you? No, she agrees, man. She'll tell you. STL's our girl, you know what I mean? STL, what's up? STL with a $sign, ho. Nice swanton, a pin. See, that's the vibes Wentz gives, is like Jeff Hardy vibes to me. You know what I mean? And just all the rascals. They're so goddamn over. Now, it would have been cool if Trey Miguel, they continued to keep him featured, but obviously they can't just like, it's not just like, let's overload the show with TNA talent. Sorry, chats. The closet. Yeah, this is Thirstcast already. You guys are going crazy. Tiffy, she can take a punch. That's no, she just seems like more freaky. You know what I mean? Like her outfits, all that shit is what I meant to say. I didn't really elaborate on it, so I'm not trying to. Someone's trying to get me canceled here. We're going to Rumble, folks. So over to Rumble, rumble.com/ No, it's the Walls of Jericho. Do y'all think Jericho returns like when he sees Raw go to Netflix? Do y'all think Jericho returns? Oh, I didn't ask who you guys think is going to win this one. Really quick, I didn't end the last poll either. Here, we're going to end the poll, you fucking cheaters. And then we're going to do this one right here. Start a poll. Who do you think wins this grudge match? Who do you think wins this grudge match? Huh. And we will go Zachary Wentz or Wesley. Start a poll. Chase, you still won the poll. I know, you motherfuckers. We suck, man. This is hilarious. StreamYard 2's watching. StreamYard deserves. It's great. There we go. Yeah, Wesley's beating the shit out of Wentz. It almost makes me feel like he's going to pull a win off. And I know you guys might be like, well, what about Wentz? Well, WWE invested all that time and believed in him before. Like when he was in MSK, they only fired him because of some fucking like bogus accusations. Look at Wesley, though. The fuck, man? Make a light heavyweight title and put that shit on the main roster and call this dude up and get some of these motherfuckers doing cruiserweight matches. Everyone hates that. I don't hate that. I don't hate that idea. I think Wentz is winning. Yeah, dude. Hey, Nikki P, what's up? It's about to turn into a fight. Booker T just hypes you up.
Booker, this has been a fight since both these men arrived at the airport. They knew what they were getting themselves.
Well, don't call her names and shit. You don't got. Just kidding. But like, yeah, it was some false shit. Like, obviously, you know, because like everyone stood up for him. Like, there was like even. I'm not saying, oh, just because a woman defends someone, it means that they're inexcusable. But it's like, or it's. I mean, they're just excused. But it's like even Wesley's woman was like, yo, we kept him away from her. Like, you know, like, trust me on this, you know, like we had to keep him away from her and shit because we knew she's going to do some shit like this. So it just sucks. LC Killer 17, you botched and didn't, unless you're just giving me $1. Thank you. But you botched. Let me know what your question is and we will answer that. Thank you so much, buddy. Good to see you too. Jimmy B for $5 says, I know Jericho's cringe now, but I'd go crazy hearing his countdown at the Royal Rumble. What do you guys think with Jericho? Do you think it's just like a Royal Rumble, he gets eliminated, or do you think he returns at a Rumble, has a run to Mania, through Mania, you know, goes back to AEW even? I could see him trying to pull some crazy shit like that, you know? Because like I know he's there for a long time, but I know Tony's like friendly with people, and if Jericho pitched it as like, well, I can promote Tony, I have a great idea. Okay. Let me tell you, it's a huge idea, Tony. Okay. I'm going to go and I'm going to fight at WrestleMania. Then I'm going to come back to AEW. It's good promotion. You know? They just work him. That's why the dirt sheets think Swerve is fucking. Or actually, Swerve responded to someone who was like, you want to see the text of what WWE offered me and shit? But it's like, I don't know, man. I just think that. Well, I don't know. Is Swerve worth? They're talking like he has one of the biggest deals in all of wrestling. Is he worth that, chat? If Diesel was a flop, Swerve's a flop. And I love Swerve. You guys know I blow Swerve all the fucking time. Pause. But like, if the history books tell us guys like Bret Hart weren't fucking draws, then Swerve definitely ain't fucking draw. And if we're saying, you know, if people go, Bret Hart was the $500,000 champ and didn't want more money for whatever. Like, I don't hate on motherfuckers getting more money, but like, if we got to keep, if Diesel wasn't a fucking draw and look how much money he went on to make and how big of a draw he became, then like, we got to keep. Swerve was champ during some of their lowest shit. So I know I just went off on a completely different thing. Wes Lee just did a splash on the outside. The fucking table broke. This match is amazing. Throws him into the pole again, though. They're kind of overdoing this, but he's going to stomp his head in. This has been amazing. Thank you for the super chat, Jimmy B. And yeah, I would pop too if Jericho came home. But like, I'm a huge fan of his, but I would pop for the moment. And then if he just dipped back out, like it's almost like a Legends appearance at the Rumble. Okay, I'm okay with that. He's going to concerto him. Trey Miguel, here we go. I called it, chat. Didn't call him being here, but I'm like, I'm surprised he's not more involved in this shit. So here we go. You keep our expectations low. Destroyer. Wentz is going to win. You guys, Wentz is going to win. Holy shit. Wentz is going to fucking win, dude. This is amazing. Boom. The UFO, dude. It's over. Holy fuck, chat. The price is wrong, bitch. Dude, we were wrong, but do you know what this is? It's because, like, when Wentz's time with the WWE invested so much in him early on. When his time in TNA is done, he's going to come back to WWE, obviously, and go, like, they believe in every tag team in WWE, they believe in the potential of splitting both guys up eventually and seeing where that goes. That's always a fucking option for them. And so they unwillingly split up MSK. Wes Lee goes on this crazy run. Of course, they see Wentz could go on a crazy run too. And look how great, just his whole vibes, his gear. This match was phenomenal. I mean, what can we say? This is a 4 out of 5 fucking star match, in my opinion. Not even being a mark. Like, really, they sold it all well. They kept the outside shenanigans to a limited, whatever. And then you have this, like, emotional storybook ending. And, like, it's not like Wentz is just this random dude, you know? Like, they saw the future being bright. See, Wes Lee's going to show up in TNA and come for that X Division title. Look at him. He's fucking seething, dude. He's Vegeta. He's fucking How dare you defeat me, Kakarot? You know, and he's gonna show up. He's gonna come to their home and be like, "Yeah, we're fight. I'm telling you, we're getting an X Division title. Fucking Wesley could win that title and bring like who knows." But yeah, that was an awesome match. And now a Bad Blood preview for $5. Scully Vibe says Jericho is 4 more years. Is it 4 more years in AEW or just like in his career? That's what you're saying. I don't want to see Rick Jericho doing one last match in WWE. Also, I feel bad about Swerve's run being bad ratings wise and house wise and everything. And I feel bad too. He deserves better. That's not on him. It's not on Swerve Strickland that the creative's bad. Okay. And I know some of the wrestlers take offense to that shit because, and I know they do, I know they do for a fact. And because they have creative freedom there and Tony has the final say. But here's the problem. Vince in his prime, Vince McMahon, we can't argue, was priming. He was cooking, right? Like he took all these ideas and made them great. Triple H is doing that now. There was a big period where, objectively speaking, Vince was the shits. Objectively speaking, I don't know what happened if Cody Rhodes was the guy who left that company and everything just fucked up from there. But because even Cody was cooking, like I know the fans were throwing the belt and booing him and all that shit, throwing the belt back at him. But let's be honest, man, he was like really just think about some of the best shit in AEW was Cody, like with Brody Lee and the All In match with Aldis and him and Dustin and fucking just all that stuff, man. I don't know. He really, like him and Andrade going through the burning table with all that shit on his back. If that plastic shit wasn't on his back, that would have been amazing, you know? But I don't know, dude. Cody was cooking and he left and they just ain't been cooking, man. I don't know who the Tony Khan, the buck stops with him. Well, then the buck stops with him and the Bucks. You know what I mean? So I don't know. You can't blame Swerve. You can't blame Lance Archer for looking the way he looks and not being on TV, and that's why he's not over as a mega heel somewhere. You know what I mean? Japan figured it out with him. What the fuck? Even Japan figured it out. You can't, like, now can you blame New Japan a little bit? Because, like, New Japan slumped along with AEW. That's the thing. They slumped right along with working with AEW. So is this a coincidence? Now it's like, I don't know, man. We're 1-1, like, you know, correlation doesn't always mean causation, but it's pretty fucking, I mean, we can assume here a little bit. So it's not on Swerve at all whatsoever. I truly believe they could bring John Cena in and it wouldn't pop a fucking rating, or it'd pop one rating and then the next show would be flat. I truly believe that. Not to just be a hater, but it's just the creative there, man, and the production. Shoot in a smaller fucking building. It's so easy. Tony Khan was just talking about, oh, you know, Collision is much easier show to run than a year ago. Well, because before it was an actual put together, thought out, no, we need to stress over this a bit because this is the pro wrestling business and we're trying to put on a good, memorable show for the fans where people will return and watch more and more of this. Okay? And so that's why it was stressful for you, Tony, because you had people trying to take things seriously and put on a good fucking wrestling show and get your money back for Elton John's fucking music. But instead, you just want to throw together whatever Collision was last night and drop people on their necks. Ishii got dropped on his neck, and another dude from a Doomsday device, Turbo Floyd, got dropped on his neck. People get their legs broke. People get their arms broke. This is all, we're on a string of like 7 collisions in a row where really bad things are happening. Sorry, it was stressful to take this shit seriously and actually try and put out a good product and make a TV show because you're on TV. That's why Punk does an interview with Ariel Helwani and says, I don't quite know what it is. I don't quite understand what AEW is because you're, and I've said it too, guys, you're on TV, but you don't care about TV ratings. You book these big buildings and say you want to compete with WWE, but you don't want to fill these big, but that doesn't matter. Why are you on TV then? None of it makes actual sense, right? It's like you, Tony, just take AEW, take it off TV and just run indies everywhere. And it'll be the hottest indie, the most well-invested, best. You could still get the guys to come into a pop film at all. And just like upload it to YouTube like MLW and these other guys are doing, like OVW. Like these people are finding success doing that. Like just do that if the ratings don't matter and all this bullshit, but they do matter.
He wants a job in WWE. He'll sell to WWE one day if he gets a job there. Or he'll just run this shit forever incorrectly. That's my personal opinion. I see a ton of comments coming in super chats. I'm going to answer these because I'm going off. Wentz confirmed it. Joe Hendry getting that gold tonight. Do you think? No, I don't think. I think that's why. Because you can't have both TNA guys win. It's got to be one or the other, bro. Shaggy Filth. But I do appreciate your sentiment. I believe in Joe Hendry. And I hope I say his name and I hope he appears. Okay? But it hasn't happened yet. But I think, I think Wentz getting the win means for sure Hendry's going to lose because you can't have both TNA guys lose. But I've been wrong so far, so who knows? Thank you for the super chat, by the way. I got to give you something.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
Yeah, okay, Joe Hendry's on screen. Speaking of which, here, I'll leave this snooper duper chat up here while I watch this little segment. When Cody left AEW, it was downhill for me. Yeah, for everybody, LC Killer. Thank you so much. I will acknowledge you.
Acknowledge me.
But yeah, I totally agree and know what you're saying, dude. I truly believe that was like the biggest flop ever. Was losing him and CM Punk. Sorry, Wendy Chu's making her entrance. Rosemary. How fucking hard did you guys pop for Rosemary? I don't know. Again, a Canadian from Manitoba. I fucking pop for her big time. Shaggy Phil 73. Yeah, thank you both for the super. I'm gonna give you guys both rounds of applause for the contributions to the show. Y'all are... And good for Wendy Chu. Popping up and doing the damn thing. George, good to see you here, buddy. Have you been here this whole fucking time? I was talking to you earlier. I was like, buddy, I'm live. And because you tweeted me, you're like, what a great live show. And I'm like, or pre-show. And I'm like, yeah, I'm setting it up right now, buddy. So yeah, good to see you here, buddy. I didn't notice you in the chat before. Also, my eyes haven't been on chat entirely. Wes Lee, so we botched and you guys are trying to cheat. I'm seeing it again in the poll. You sons of bitches, man. You guys deserve one of these.
Liar! Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
Here we go. Corey Rhodes is who he would have been if he didn't get his. No, it's all good, brother. Just a huge pop for Rosemary. Yeah. What sign? Not a fan of the Wendy gimmick. Yeah, you know me. Less spooky chicks. I'm always down with less spooky chicks. Damn, Kalani's fucking it, man. She won me over so heavily. Like you guys remember, I was kind of like, I don't know. I'm putting another poll in the chat. You fucking dirty cheaters, though, in chat, man. I see those numbers changing after. I got to remember to not end it. 109 of you watching. Let's run those likes up, please. Let's get them to 69. We were thirst casting earlier. Okay, so leave us spooky chicks. No, I ain't hating. No, I'm saying, listen, in the wrestling thing, goddamn, you can't turn that's why they switched Thea Hale back. She starts wearing black leather. It's like there's too many girls doing that, man. She was unique because she was goofy, and wearing like school stuff. And she's like, oh, I'm on a campus, and so yeah, spooky chicks are cool, bro. I'm all good. I ain't hating. And I like Wendy Chu. I'm just glad she's getting some like TV time and she's here on No Mercy and she's just like a decent heel to try and help get Kalani over. Like, it's just, how good is Kalani? Jesus Christ. And, she loves RVD, of course. Who doesn't? So I'm starting a poll. Poll in the chat. Who is going to win the NXT Women's NA Championship? Is it going to be Kalani Jordan defending? Or is it going to be Wendy Chu? Watch out for the Chu. Hopefully that poll loads in there. It's coming. It's coming. Sweet. I caught you live. What's up, Derek H? I know, but yo, you do got a point. Yeah, exactly. Like they just turned like Sky Blue. They turn her spooky. Giulia Hart, they turn her spooky. Fucking over here, Wendy Chu turns spooky. Right? They try and make Thea Hale all wearing black leather, and her and JC Jane are not, I guess, spooky, but it's like when they start wearing the black leather and the thick eyeliner, you're like, okay, they're being spooky now. It's like, why fucking, oh my God, Kalani's phenomenal. Did y'all see that dive? That twisting fucking, hell yeah. I love the sleepy persona. Yeah, I actually like Wendy Chu. I'm not like overly nuts about demon possession and shit, but like I'm down with it. Like in wrestling, you know, you have to be you got to be the Undertaker to pull it off, or like a PCO pulls it off somehow with the Frankenstein shit. But Chu, it's not like I'm overly excited for this gimmick, but I think she pulls it off well. You know, she does the job, and it's like cool that she just brought out Rosemary. Like Rosemary's been doing that shit for what, a decade plus, and she's been awesome at it. The crowd popped huge when she showed up. It's cooking, you know. I like it. I personally love it, and it contrasts well with Kalani Jordan's like good girl, smiley. You know, you guys, they're good. This just on screen, it visually looks like a good contrast, and look at Kalani just flipping, flopping, flying around, but doing it in a realistic manner. Like she's springing over here, hitting this attack, cover, kick out. I'm leaping to the top rope. You know, spring. She ducks it. I somersault out, then I sprint at her. Like it's all psychologically like we're watching a fucking fight here, right? This is Dragon Ball Z. This is fucking Avengers Endgame type shit. Not like I guess war level. This is like a Cap versus Winter Soldier type shit, you know? So, yeah. Anyway, super chats. I see a Jimmy B for $2. Do you think Gail Kim would ever return to WWE? Yes, now I think she would. And she was backstage visiting people at Money in the Bank with Josh Alexander and his wife. And her friends are all backstage. Borash, Abyss. Lots of TNA people are backstage. And what's his Tyson Kidd, right? These guys are all friends. So, yeah, I totally see it happening. I see her getting inducted in the Hall of Fame one day, and I see that bridge being crossed. Yeah, absolutely. I totally, especially with the way women's wrestling and knockouts wrestling is presented now. And knockouts have been doing it for a long time, and Gail Kim's been ride or die for the knockouts for a long time. So yeah, I think we could see her in a Royal Rumble like this year. Imagine Gail Kim does the legend spot. Fucking amazing, you know? I would love that. Nice super chat. I appreciate that, bringing that up, because 14 to 69. Yeah, do it. We're thirst casting. Yeah, you know, I like spooky stuff as far as like, I don't know. I do like House of Black. I loved Bray Wyatt. I thought he was such a R.I.P. Bray, man. And I love what they're doing with the Wyatt Six. Although I would have gave them new music, but it does just, you hear that music and it literally makes me sad. And I think that's kind of what they were going for. Like they're the bad guys kind of, but you like empathize with them. You know, you want to, you know, like what they're doing isn't good by any means, but they're not like targeting bad people, and they're like vigilantes sort of they're like anti-heroes sort of, and I'm not the biggest fan of that all the time in wrestling, but it works for them, you know? So I hope they push Uncle Howdy into like world heavyweight title contention, like in the next like year, like in the next year by like WrestleMania, they got to have him like looming, because Gunther, man, like what happens with him? I'm so curious, like who he's going to face. I know WWE has it figured out. They'll just break Omos out of nowhere. Has Omos and Gunther fought before? I can't remember. Chris Perry for $5 says, who would you pick to confidently beat Cell in the Cell games? Wait, what? Oh, Cell in the Cell games. God damn. Okay. Fuck, man. Okay, first off, round of applause for this question. Is the poll not in the chat yet either? My goodness. Here, I'm going to do it through YouTube here. StreamYard is just being whack. It should load in there, hopefully. Poll in the chat. No? Jesus Christ. Okay, well, forget that. I'm going to answer this. Okay, here we go. 0 votes. The poll should be in the chat. If you guys see it, start voting, okay? Should be in there. My bad if it wasn't before. Oh, no, it's the best company. No botches whatsoever. Who would you pick to confidently beat Cell in the Cell games, Roman or Cena? God damn, what a great question. I'm such a DBZ mark. I'm a big mark for DBZ. I know people who've worked in and around DBZ. Let's put it that. I'll just say that. And I may have worked in and around stuff around DBZ as well. DB Super, more particularly, at Dragon Ball as well, more particularly. So it has a special place in my heart. R.I.P. Akira Toriyama. Anyways, that's a great question. God, I'm torn. Roman is the GOAT, and the bloodline would all get his back and interfere and help him win the goddamn thing, right? Cena is Super Cena, though. So are we talking Super Cena? Cena right now would lose. He'd go out. He'd get a halo around his head, and he wouldn't win the damn thing whatsoever. You know, Roman. I'm going to go Roman. Thank you. Thank you for that. I really seriously was thinking about that. I'm going Roman. He's the GOAT, and also the bloodline would show up and get his back. You know what I mean? But ultimately, it would just be Goku who comes back and saves the entire planet. You know what I mean? And sorry if I'm coming across Robetronic, man. StreamYard's been a B word to me. Shout out all my B words. Voted, didn't accept it. Wait till the match is over to vote. Yeah, can't wait for Daima. Me too. Me too, legit. It's going to be good. Who's the Yamcha of the bloodline? There isn't one right now. There isn't one. If there was one, it was Jimmy Uso and during Dragon Ball Super, you know? Like, there just isn't a fucking she hits a DDP X Factor combo. Like, Kalani's so innovative, man. She's got that babyface look unlocked. She sells her ass off. She gets that it's a fight. That's the other thing I need to stress. Like, you can tell who understands, like, no, we're fighting, you know? And Wendy gets that, obviously. She's just great at everything, too. Like, there's a reason she never was released. You know, Wendy's been on the roster 5 ever, so there's a reason for that. Ishii looks like Krillin. Yeah, legit, you know? And that's the thing with, like, never mind. I'm not going to. I was going to go on a rant about American Hollywood and. Yeah, never mind. That's another cast. That's a members only show cast. So I was going to go off, but we're not going to do that here. Phil likes his work, guys. Damn. Was that a 3 count? Was that a botch? No. Let's see that again. Wow, sorry. I think it was just the way the ref. She loves RVD, dude. Who doesn't? 1, 2, my bad. Ooh, sorry. I thought the ref fucked up there, and I was like, dang. Boom. See, that's why this match is great. It's Wendy Chu selling, pacing, hitting a bigger move. But it's just Kalani like, go. Hit my shit. I got to overwhelm her with my, you know? And that's like psychology. It's proper psychology when this is your style, when you have a flippy Kalani style, and when you are the smaller. And I know Kalani's a little taller, but Chu is clearly the powerhouse of the two. She's stockier, you know, the lower center of gravity, etc. So it's perfect psychology, right? Boom. Like, see, just slamming her, throwing her around. 1, 2. You know, she's gotten like 4 or 5 of those really big things in, right? Where Kalani's hit like move. Okay, now I'm going to sell. Then I'm going to fucking come back. Brilliant. Love it. Yeah, Solo is the Vegeta, I think. Tongaloa is Yamcha. No, he's not. Because Yamcha, the character of Yamcha is like, he can't stay powerful enough to keep up with everyone, right? So he's kind of just cast off to the side, you know? And he gets his girl stole. He gets Bulma stole straight up by Vegeta. You know what I'm saying? Vegeta just fucking plucks him out. We'll say pluck. Okay. Young bucks him out too. So YouTube don't like that shit. But yeah, Vegeta just young bucks him out. So yeah, you know, that's like that doesn't happen to Tama. Tama's like actually he can hang in there with Randy. You believe he might get a win on Orton, you know, he hasn't, but he could, you know. Oh my god, they botched that badly. Both just sell. Yes, good work. They both fell off the top. Just sell, let the ref tell you what to do. Go into your next spot. See, Wendy's a profesh, dude. See, Kalani was selling worse than Wendy. Fucking great shit. Puts her in a Cobra clutch, and let's talk it out. Now let's just talk out what we're going to do now to fix that. Fucking brilliant, man. This is what I'm talking about. They're just so profesh. Here we go. Oh, my God, and the crowd's so into it after a botch, guys. That's how you do the botch. You don't stop and look at each other. What do we do? Oh, what are we going to do, Basil? You don't do that, man. You fucking sell it, and Kalani sold more than Chu did. Because before that, even though Kalani was getting a move in, she was selling more than Chu. Like, she's all damaged, right? Boom. Two professionals here. And this is the difference. So, like anyone, AIR Gold Duck, you want to come debate me on the art, the actual what is pro wrestling? Well, let's do it, bud. You aren't fucking... You're out talking about Netflix numbers, but we're not allowed to talk about the numbers. But right here, you want to talk about what's better wrestling? Well, I'll break it down for you artistically right here. Flatliner, Kalani's flipping around. She's losing a bit of steam. Going back into the top rope spot now. You guys, now look at all that shit they did that was on the fly. The crowd almost popped. Guys, the crowd was erupting for Kalani in that Cobra clutch just so they could go back to the 450 spot. Holy fuck, man. I can't glaze this match enough. Here we go. It's over. Fucking 5 out of 5 for me. Literally, I'm not even kidding. 4 out of 5 we'll give it because it is just like sort of like a thrown, I don't want to say thrown together feud, but it's kind of like they didn't have a long-term build. The story and everything means a lot to me. Look how hot the crowd is. I mean, that's a 4 out of 5. If it was at a fucking WrestleMania and it had a 3-month build that was good throughout, that would be a 5 out of 5 for me, you know? But they didn't have that. It was like, okay, they built this up for like a month. No Mercy seems to be like a bit of a transitional point. People pointed out Bash in Berlin too. It seemed like we're kind of moving on from some stories, but I disagree. I think Berlin was like a pit stop to Bad Blood, which will really kind of, you know, but I don't know. And this is No Mercy sort of feels like after this and after TNA Emergence and JBL showed up in TNA Emergence, we're really going to see that crossover shit really start, you know, like flowering and stuff. And yeah, I don't know. This match to me I give it a fucking 4.5. or a 4 out of 10. I don't know what else. If it was on a bigger venue with a great build. And oh my God, here we go. We got some shenanigans behind her. But yeah, this is what I mean, guys. Like,
the best guys, Tony Khan.
And people are going to say, oh, I've seen enough, and troll people and go. Because, man, there is a lot of like, I'm seeing a lot of fucking toxic-y WWE people too who are just overly like, okay, no, we can't do what these people are doing. But I can't hate on trolling, but it's like I can't do what these people we can't start doing what the AEW sickos do, because then it fucking, you know what I mean? Like, we got to convert the AEW sickos to be normal and keep the WWE people. But it's just the vocal minority, I guess, on Twitter. The IWC, that's why I made the IWC sicko segment a celebratory thing and a whatever, because we're all sickos. If you're on fucking the internet talking about wrestling, you're a sicko, right? So, but yeah, I just, you know, we're going to see people make posts like NXT better than All In, which is, you got to agree, like, yes, is the storytelling and shit. Yes. But like, they did have a 50,000 building that the crowd stayed pretty hot throughout. I mean, I don't know. Mercedes Moné said there's fatigue, and I think there was too by the main event, but I mean, that is a big, big show. Like, if an indie just put on a show with 50K people and put on those matches and they weren't trying to compete with WWE and make all these dumb claims about WWE, we would celebrate that. Even if they didn't fill Wembley, we'd be like, God damn, man, they still did something special. So, and they don't even celebrate it. They don't even talk about the numbers. So all I'm saying is, yeah, this like obviously No Mercy, this is a great event, but this still is like developmental, like the WWE's indie, if you will. But now we get Jada Parker versus fucking, like, how real is Jada? I've put her over so much. She's got a women's title match against Roxanne Perez. I think Roxanne wins, is my prediction. This poll in the chat didn't fucking work. Here, I'll end it and see if it tallied up your scores, and I'll put a new poll in the chat. Yeah, see, the poll's registered. It just wasn't showing. So shout out YouTube for being whacked too today. 70%, 30% Wendy Chu, Kalani Jordan. Okay, I'm gonna put a new poll, and we're gonna, you guys know that I love fucking Kalani Jordan, and I think she's her and Lola Vice are like two of the realest on the roster. Roxanne Perez has really won me over with her heel work. As you guys can see from the title of the video, I'm saying Giulia Giulia debut. So I don't know if that's going to happen, but that's the rumors that are afloat. And so this match, I think, is going to be amazing. Also, it's going to be hard to follow that match with a straight up one-on-one match, though, especially with the women, pardon me, because like Kalani just put on a banger with Wendy Chu. And the crowd was really into that afterbirth, or whatever you want to call it, right? And so I don't know. It's going to be hard for Jada Parker and Roxanne Perez to follow up that match. And I love what Jada Parker's saying. She's like, yeah, they say I'm a soccer player. She's like, but I always wanted to do this. I was just good at soccer. So no, I'm not a soccer player who became a WWE superstar. I'm a WWE superstar who was a soccer player for a bit. Like, just so real. Here we go. So we are going to start a poll. Who is going to win the NXT? And I think Roxanne retains personally, guys. But this is the rub, right, for Jada Parker. And what if Joe Hendry wins the god damn title, though? We will melt. So here we go. I'm starting the poll, and I'll make sure it's in there before. Okay, it should work fine this time, guys. It seems to all be. You guys vote. Make sure you're hitting that like, please, too. Run those likes up. Parker, no. You can tell because Roxanne is like, I know she's like bullying Roxanne around, but the thing with Jada is she's just always like, she's this badass chick, and it's like, nah, like I'll fucking fight you kind of thing. It's like a Stone Cold sort of thing. But I don't want to compare it to that. You know, people throw those comparisons around so loosely. But she's just like a badass where you're like, yeah, she will just punch you in the fucking face. There's no like talking. She ain't going to do a sit down interview. That's why like her street fight too with Michin, where she's just like, it's on site. You know, like, get this camera out my fucking face. Like, Michin, you want me? Okay, street fight. You know, like, that's how I get down. Fucking get out of my face. So I know it's hard to tell, but you have to, if you've been following NXT, Roxanne's body of work, she's a heel, dude. She's been nasty and shitty to everyone, and a spooky girl. They put her in dark makeup, and she's spooky now all of a sudden. But yeah. Jada Parker overall, she's amazing. I think she'll lose, but in the long run, she's like a future WrestleMania main eventer for the women's title. On God, man, Jada Parker will be in that position one day. There's no fucking doubt about that. She's just incredible. Her character work and charisma, that's what's going to get her over. And when she goes heel one day, full-blown heel, whoo. So, oh, do we have, so the D'Angelo family is up next? Did I botch or what? So, yeah, we have D'Angelo and Femi. So what we're going to do is we're going to end this poll. We'll redo this Roxanne poll later. Roxanne. And we're going to start a new poll. Polls on top of polls. Pause. Who is going to win? Well, Obafemi's going to win this one. It would be fucking ridiculous to take the belt off him right now. Will it be Obafemi? Who? Or will it be See, if it's me, I'm calling the D'Angelo family up to be like jobbers on Raw and SmackDown right now to elevate some of those mid-card guys a bit, you know? Hey, my Italian side takes offense. What's up, D? Yeah, it's not the ladies next. They just ran that promo. So maybe a botch on production, or maybe they're just like, nah, get ready. Because I figured, like, why would you do the two ladies matches back to back, right? Who? LC Killer 17 says, Jada Parker is my little boo-boo bear. Oh, come on now, LC Killer. That's not very fair. To objectify a woman and give her pet names like that, that's not very fair.
Shut up, bitch.
That shut up bitch was for me. Yeah, she is definitely, her thing is thangin'. It's about to become Thirstcast when she comes back on again. Thank you for the $2, LC Killer. Banger alert, yeah. Obafemi is just constant bangers. Man, I would put Omos with Femi. Are you guys seeing that or no? Main roster, you just have them fucking the two titans, man. Just, you know, redo Omos's shit so he's got fur on his boots and stuff like Obafemi, right? Like, I've been saying that for a while. I don't know. It would work, man. If they had Apollo Crews doing that whole gimmick, I mean, shit, they missed out by like 6 months. They would have had Obafemi, or a year or whatever. If they had to just, it's probably longer than that. I think that was pandemic era, yeah. So a few years, but he could have actually like brought that shit main roster and made it into something. Not hating on Crews, but we all knew like that's not Crews, you know. We know Crews, that ain't him. Yeah, D'Angelo 100% Jay Brones on Raw. Yeah, just let fucking Judgment Day get over on them instead of them just get. So everyone's crying. Judgment Day's been so buried. It's like, what? They fucking kicked two of your most over fucking stars out of the group and took their titles and their man and fucking all this stuff. And you're gonna say they're buried? Like, what are you talking about, man? Just because they won this they lost this mixed tag match. Damian Priest doesn't even want to fuck Dom up. He's just doing that to help mommy. He wants to fuck up Finn Balor. So it's like, it's so silly. These people cry. But yeah, bring the D'Angelo family up and just have them job to like Judgment Day and shit like that. The LWO, you know, just for a bit. Or have them go over on the LWO eventually. I don't know. Obafemi versus the cast of Sopranos. Yeah. Yeah, it's Wakanda Forever versus fucking Sopranos, that movie, the Sopranos movie that came out. Heard that? That's what it is. And yeah, shout out the PWT universe. You know what I mean? Yeah, show you guys out. Thank you all. Round of applause for you all for being here today. I appreciate you all so much. Hanging out with me all weekend, most of you, I'm sure. And yeah, I was really sick for a bit there, so it just feels good and to be hanging out with y'all all weekend, watching all these different graps. And Obafemi's putting work in, man. And yeah, I don't know. I appreciate you all so much. We got some Philmarks bookmarks to get into as well. I've just been ranting and raving, like those matches were so good. And here we go. We got two, like, okay, if this was WWE 2K GM mode, right? Obafemi would be like a giant, and then D'Angelo would be like a fighter or a bruiser, right? We're breaking this down in Tony Khan and Dave Meltzer terms. So, oh, do you see that rolled ankle? Oh my God, we might have an injury. Every match has so much, like they collided knees. First off, that's ended hockey players' fucking seasons, you know, colliding knees like that. We see a rolled ankle there in a boot, it looks like. I've done that innumerable times playing basketball as a youth and whatnot. And so, yeah, I just, I hope they're okay. I hope no one's hurt. That's why you wear boots, folks. But, yeah. So anyways, though, Obafemi would be a giant. This motherfucker's a bruiser, Tony D'Angelo. So it's going to be a slow paced reset everyone after seeing Kalani do all those crazy flips. And then we're going to get, and it's still going to be a banger. Don't worry. Femi's going to do some powerhouse shit that makes us go, whoa. He's going to like gorilla press this dude. You know what I mean? And this is a big dude. Don't get it twisted. D'Angelo looks, you know, he's a thick guy, you know, he looks like he weighs a good amount. So, yeah, I definitely think that the card will pick up again. Like that Ethan Page match and Joe Hendry's going to fucking cook, man. And we're going to see some crazy shit. So this is like the palate cleanser, even though it's two meaty men sort of slapping meat. And everyone loves that. Pause. Who doesn't love that? So yeah, I definitely I'm pulling for Obafemi here. You don't take this belt off him for a long while. And I don't know, man. He could be a perfect opponent, like to come in and like, let's say we have babyface Braun Breaker down the line. Like 6 months, a year, you know, you have Femi, but Femi's just every match he's been, pardon me, hiccup. Every match, Femi's better and better. That's what's scary about him. He's one of these guys where every single match you see how he's improved, whether it just be like his selling, his just pacing, the way he lays his moves in, his timing, all of those things. So he's just, I don't know. He's the future, you know, future WrestleMania main eventer. We've said it before. This guy in Braun Breaker, you know, one of them mega heel, one of them big baby face. That will be a fucking WrestleMania one day. Stepping on his neck. I love it. Yeah. Squeeze the life out of your enemy. But yeah, this is the palate cleanser from the flips, and then Jada and them will put on a great match. But again, a women's match. So it's like Jim Cornette used to say, you know, they used to be special attraction matches, you know. So there isn't supposed to be a lot of them on, but now we're in an era where like women can go now, you know, which is great. And women are legit stars and draws in this business, which is great. Holy fuck, man. Did you guys see Obafemi just power him up into a shoulder breaker? Phenomenal, man. He's just better every match, dude. Look at this. Goes for the suplex into the corkscrew fucking shoulder breaker, dude. Wow, man. Phenomenal. Yeah, make sure you guys are running those likes up. But yeah, I want to see these D'Angelo guys go up. I just think they're ready. Like because there needs to be more room, especially with TNA guys in NXT. Fucking make some room. Just have these guys go up, do some jobs. No one will be mad. The bell clap. It's funny because like Rhea and Damian both do that too, and Oba does it, and it's just such an old school move that still works somehow, and it's so cheesy. Chokeslam. You getting chokeslam, fool? No, he's fighting out of it. Oh, he just... Wow. But yeah, I think Hendry and Ethan is going to be really good with Trick as well. And then you got I'm going to go so hard for Trick's entrance and Hendry's entrance, dude. And then you got some shenanigans, and then Perez always like I'm always sleeping on her matches, and then they're always better than I anticipate, and also Jada Parker's in it. So, and then Giulia might show up. So, which if Giulia shows up, I feel like Alexander might not. but the Rocky Mountains, people pointed it out in the graphics. They're like, yo, the part of the Rocky Mountains. Now, this could be crazy X-Files. I'll play an X-Files because I can't tell anything at them. But the Rocky Mountains run through like Canada. They run through Alberta and all that. And so someone was saying like, no, that like even though they're in Colorado, the Rockies they're showing on the graphic and the red X and all that shit is to tease the north or whatever. It's like the northern part of, I don't fucking know how true that is, but yeah, they do run through Canada, so it makes sense if they tease that in the graphics. They did it with Punk, they did it with Bray, they do it all the time. You know, WWE does that shit. So it's look at how D'Angelo just throws Femi too. Like, wow. But yeah, it wouldn't shock me if the North reunite here and go on a Giulia's in the crowd. Hold on. Is that a show me that? It could be Vacquer. Yeah, it could be either of them. It could be either of them. Someone prove to me, Giulia, not calling George, not saying you're capping, but you guys know me. I want to like know. Oba versus Bronson. Oh, no, just kidding. That's what fucking meat. You know, those neck beards are just, but for real, that match would fucking cook, dude. Here we go. Oba's going to hit the big choke slam. They showed her in the pre-show. Wow. George Capture getting an air horn for fucking, I missed it. I was making thumbnails on that, dude. So Tony is so strong. He's ridiculous. That's what I mean. Bring him up to main roster. Maybe have them lose to Judgment Day a bit. Then they eventually go to SmackDown. Or when SmackDown goes to USA, then they start whooping ass. I don't know. But that's amazing, dude. Cora Jade. Yeah, people are saying Cora Jade, but she has a really bad injury, bro. I don't think she's back yet. She's going to be out a long time still. And like from her rehab, if you follow her on like socials, where she's at in her rehab, she just finished. I'm not going to get all technical with it, but there's this, I don't even know what it's called, right? I'm not a goddamn doctor, but there's this certain workout you do where you're like, when you get past those, then you're allowed to start like really in-ring training again. She just finished those. So unless she's capping and filming videos a week behind or whatever, who knows, right? Medicine is crazy. The like with stem cells and what WWE and modern medicine can do, man, it's, you know, people can recover quick, but I don't think it'll be her. But if it is, awesome. You know, I won't be mad. I love me some Cora Jade too. So yeah, but fucking, or Giulia hops the barricade. Hey, Giulia's in the crowd. Let me throw this one out. Let me X-Files myself here. Giulia's in the crowd. Fucking, they show her before the women's title match. Roxanne's talking shit to her. After the match, she jumps the barrier or some shit. Who knows? Right? Something could happen like that. It's WWE. Femi with the late count kick out. Holy shit. What a match, too. The outside shit. Everyone needs to stop doing spears and super kicks. But other than that, the outside stuff was good. We haven't seen much outside stuff on this card yet. Obviously, Wentz and Wesley did a bit of that, but as long as everyone does a little bit of it, we don't all do stair spots. You know, I throw you in the pole next match. Maybe someone gets thrown in a stair. Boom. Bro, look at Oba, too. Like, we're putting over D'Angelo's strength. Look at how Oba, like, he's a freak. He just powers that dude up, throws, like, look, like D'Angelo's not he's not a light dude. He's not a big, tall guy, but he's not a little dude by any means either. He works out for sure. Nice. Both over the rope, Cactus Jack style. Nice spot. From the fucking ground. Oba just Shaquille O'Neal. Palm strike fucking pop up. Bomb. And look at Fema selling. Look at oh my God. And did I call him Fema? I'm sorry. I'm just popping. By God. Okay, I'm good. Fuck, man. This has been such a good event. This is the event of the weekend. I know the crowd in Berlin was awesome, but so far these matches, I'm like, fucking take my money, dude. You know? Like, my God. Phenomenal. Bro, I thought it was done right there. And Femi selling after he hits the power bomb. He kind of stumbles. Whoa. You know, gives that extra second where if he just pinned him, fucking that might have been it, but he kind of sells it, stumbles back. falls on him. It's not overly cheesy. It's just like a big dude losing wind, you know, throwing everything he's got. Power bomb. D'Angelo could win this. Spine buster. They're both down. Meet. Look, the crowd's on their feet, dude. Look at the crowd on their feet, man. Holy fuck. HBK, bro. What the fuck, man? What the fuck? Air horns. Air horns. Everyone, go on your Twitters or whatever you got. If you don't mind, post that we're live here. We are going off. I'm tweeting about this. Sorry about my silence. I'm staring at the screen while typing without looking. Power bomb. Yeah, now he's going to finish him. Another bomb. Boom, the sit out. Batista bomb. It's done. Fucking what a match. Oh my God. Is it hashtag NXT No Mercy? What is it? I'm tweeting. I'm blowing this NXT so far. Sorry, guys. That to me for two big hosses, is that not like a 4 out of 5? Like, you know what I'm saying? Or am I just throwing, oh, come on now, Phil, it's not very fair. You're being too generous with the stars here. Your star ratings are just your opinion. I don't know why people get so triggered, Phil. That to me was like a 4, dude. Because they started slow as like two hosses, and then it just picked up, man. And they're just doing cool shit. Like a dude's standing on the apron. Oba Femi just fucking Ben Wallace's his chest while the other dude's while the dude's on the apron, you know? Fucking just little things like that, man. Just okay, Femi's staring down D'Angelo. Do they shake hands? Does he pull a Gunther? No, he's just acknowledging him. Phenomenal, guys. Here, I gotta tweet this out.
WWE is on fire right now. Next year, we're in the show of shows, the Las Vegas.
Okay, I am just posting. Fuck yeah, I love that Travis Scott. I like The Weeknd, but man, that Travis Scott, he's got some hitters, you know? Here, I might actually see what some of my here. Give me a second. We'll jump into some Phil Marks bookmarks here too. Just pull up another tab. Of course, the NXT merch stuff. You got to get that over. Damn, that Dump Matsumoto fucking show on Netflix looks so good. I can't wait for the Vince doc too. I disagree with everyone. I think this is going to be like Dark Side times 10 with the Vince doc. There, let me copy this. They're just showing highlights of Cole freaking out and shit. Just a quick recap of Bash and showing Michael Cole marking a. He's having so much fun. You gotta love that. You gotta love that he's having so much fun. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Fucking Cole just having a blast. Okay, while they're showing shit here, we'll dive into. Or let me look at chats here. I got a super chat. NXT. Oh, bah. What's up, John D. Lee? Thank you so much for the super chat. Yeah, you guys just heard me marking out like a little fucking mark right there. It was awesome. 3 likes to 69, guys. 3 of you go and like that shit. Got those Joe Rogan highlights going, yeah. Yeah, it makes me smile too because he's one of the GOATs, you know, him and Jim Ross. And he learned from Jim Ross, so Let's get real about that for a second. Let's dive into some Phil Marks bookmarks. Okay, let's look at TNA news. Empty. Okay, miscellaneous. What do we have in miscellaneous? Looks empty too. Okay, guys, let's look at memes. We got this one here. This is going in one of my videos. A bunch of people tagged me in this. That's fucking funny, eh?
The best guys, Tony Khan.
So here, let's look. WWE news. Let's talk some WWE. So Jade Cargill gets asked about the adjustment from AEW to WWE after a year of her being with WWE now. And like, fuck these marks asking about Janelle Grant and asking these AEW questions every fucking time, man. Like, I'm sorry. I'd do a better job just asking real shit for real. And I don't even want that job because it's cringe. And that's why it's cringe, because these aren't real journalists. These aren't real people who care about WWE or AEW. They're fucking weirdos. Okay. So she gets asked about AEW again. And it's just so cringe, man. You know what? And this is how you know the media, they don't ask Tony Khan shit like this. And they don't ask these other wrestlers. Like, they already just know these other wrestlers. Well, they do ask them, like, well, what's it like leaving WWE and all that, obviously. But, like, they don't get it. That people leave that place and they want to, like, bury it and put it in their past and leave it behind, man. WWE, they all go to AEW and go, I'm so proud of my time there. I'm not burying it or anything, but blah, blah, blah. Unless you're FTR, who signed yourself up for fucking 7 years and got to suckle on the teat. Anyway, yeah, I'm taking shots now. You blocked me, motherfucker. Anyways, though, Jade Cargill was asked about the adjustment from AEW, and she goes, you know what? I'm so tired of answering questions about AEW. I'm proud to be from there. However, I'm here. I'm focused on what I'm doing next. And what's next is just solidifying, owning these tag team titles and making a name for ourselves. Boom. Boom. Okay? Stop asking her dumb shit. Ethan Stage is backstage. Speaking of dumb shit, and of course, Brandon Thurston tweets this out. He doesn't tweet out, like, anything fucking important. No, like, any of this shit Tony Khan's talking about. Nothing. He's got no gripe to pick. He, of course, had to snip this and get this to his followers. Thurston's a fucking goober, too. And I quoted this and said, goofs. I'm just done, like, for real. I'm not. It's clear. The agenda's clear.
Familiar with Janelle Grant.
So here's Cody Rhodes answering this like a consummate profesh, as we have Trick and Ethan on screen here.
Sorry, do you personally believe what she's saying, and does the locker room believe it? Because the locker room has been awfully silent on this whole issue. You know, the allegations about sex trafficking and rape.
Yeah, I think it's a great question. In terms of am I going to watch it? Not to sound cheeky by any means, I am deep in a Game of Thrones rewatch, and that is a hell of a lot of commitment. I don't know. I think there's a bit of misinformation in terms of WWE has no involvement in this documentary, as far as I know.
Don't Don Stevens me, WWE, please.
I imagine I would get around to seeing it. In terms of the more serious and the meat in your question,
I'm chewing chicken right now, guys.
in terms of the locker room being quiet or silent, whatever it may be, I don't think that's a matter of belief versus non-belief. I think it's strictly speaking, we want to be doing what we were doing out there.
Exactly. Like what? Yeah, Cody, while he was in AEW, was trafficking women. Fuck it, I'll just say it. What's up, YouTube? With Vince McMahon? Or what? Like, what are you even asking him this question for? It's the fucking stupidest Marcus shit ever.
And the focus and attention that it takes, 13,149 people to have a great story and have a great match and do that every single night has left most of us where we're finding the information out just as you are. And that includes the resolution of this information in terms of what happened, how it happened, and how justice comes about, whatever it may be. But I wouldn't look at it as an active attempt from the locker room to be silent in the attempt. We just are doing what we do day to day WWE business. I'm sorry.
Boom. Vince isn't in WWE. He's not allowed in the fucking building. Why do you marks keep asking these questions? And Cody answers that shit brilliantly. Phenomenal for Cody Rhodes there. Here's what Jade had to say herself from the horse's mouth. Not calling her a horse, sorry. But from the woman's mouth herself.
Big announcement that you joined the WWE. How has life been here since you arrived from AEW? And Bianca, how did you help Jade acclimatize to life in the WWE?
You know what? I'm so tired of answering questions about AEW. I'm like I said, I'm proud to be from there. However, I'm here. I'm focused on what I'm doing next. And what's next?
Big announcement that you joined the WWE. How has life been here since you arrived from AEW? And Bianca, how did you help Jade acclimatize to life in the WWE?
Sorry, guys. I put another poll in the chat. I ended the last one. Who do you think is going to win the NXT Women's Championship? Roxanne Perez or Jada Parker? And let's see what you guys think in the poll here. Straight from the horse's mouth, no Aubrey. Exactly. I got some super chats here. Chris Perry for $5 says, when you hit 85 likes on the stream, do an impression of TK trying to seduce Monet. Get these likes up. I'll do that at 100 likes. Okay? Because it's going to get weird. So we need 100 likes to get that weird. But what I will do is I'll do the AEW. I have some Tony Khan.
The best guy is Tony Khan.
And I'll read this one. I'll read the next bit of news in his voice. I appreciate you. But yeah, 100 likes and I'll do that because that's getting into creepy territory. Chris Perry, not related to Jack Perry. Thank you for the super chat. Honestly, stop the scrums, waste of time. Yeah, I agree. I like when they go and speak the business and all that and keep it kayfabe, but it just opens the door up for fucking weird sickos to get in there and be dumb. Thank you, John D. Lee, for the $2 super chat. And yeah, I think they could do without them, but it is extra content. Jada thicker than a snicker, talking shit, walking through Gorilla, doing the the long camera shot entrance. I love it. She's just a star, man. This match is gonna fucking be really good, hopefully again. And yeah. Speaking of creepy, yeah, I guess we got weird with fucking Thurston there. We got some weird sicko shit to get into today too. But yeah, she's tired of talking about it. And here we are. We're back watching No Mercy. And we'll dive into some Meltzer and some sickos a little later, 100%. Jada Cakes, yeah. It's her time, baby. Let's go. I'm excited for this. She ain't going to win this, but this will be a good-ass match. And shout out ring announcer Alicia Taylor, who is back in NXT announcing this one. Yeah, dude. Commentary just said it. Why do people continue to doubt Roxanne? Because she's so fucking young. That's why. But she is a prodigy. 22 years old. That's why they keep her down here. And she's going to be the one to get all of these. Giulia, they're talking about Delta and all this. Roxanne's going to wrestle all of them before she goes up to main roster because she's got 10 more years until she's even in her prime, you know, as far as like wrestling knowledge and all of that stuff. And she stays healthy too. She's phenomenal. So they just said only one woman has competed in more PLEs, and that's Io Sky. And Roxanne's going to beat that record for sure one day. Joining me on the show now is, oh, come on now, Chris Connor. Round of applause. What's up, buddy?
Not much. I am. Randy is finally back. I'm watching some football, flipping in between the wrestling, so I am hanging in there. It's been a good little card.
It's been fucking phenomenal so far, dude. Now, it's working. It's working with an A, dude. It's a fucking A for me. About to hit an A plus. If the next two matches kill it, it's an A plus show. 5 stars. Like, I don't know what else you need in a fun, excellent wrestling show. Honestly, just everything's been like perfect so far. I feel like, and even the one botch when Kalani fell off the top rope, she fucking recovered it, and she recovered it and just sold it well, made it look awesome, and yeah, I'm excited, man. I'm excited for this match right here. People in the chat say super hater Chris Connor's here. Oh, come on now, Chad. That's not very fair. No. What's up, though, Chris?
Well,
what are you gonna say?
Here's the question going forward for some of these people. Like, Oba Femi is going to be a star. You have you know that just by looking at him.
Yep.
And I think in Trick Williams, once again, he's going to be a star.
Oh yeah.
I think Jada Parker might be a bigger star in the main roster than Roxanne Perez.
She will be on the main roster, a bigger star than Roxanne ever is, in my opinion. Jada will be. Jada's going to main event to WrestleMania one day.
Only because when I look at Roxanne, God, she's so tiny.
Mm-hmm.
And when you're putting her against people like Jade and Rhea and Bianca, it's like, how do you sell it so it doesn't look like a small child taking on an adult?
Well, see, with women, I don't think that matters as much with the women. Not to be sexist, Phil. Oh, come on now, Phil. That's very sexist. But like,
it kind of does. I mean, you can't put her against Rhea Ripley and go, "Oh yeah, Rhea's just gonna bump all around." It just looks weird.
I just think that she's there. Like, she's only 22. I was just talking about it before you hopped on, and she's gonna get over all these like Delta, Giulia. She's gonna be in NXT for a while. And she makes it work in NXT, even this cowardly heel shit. And she gets her hair grabbed and whipped to the ground. Like, we know how to, they know how to book these matches and how to sell this. Like, Kalani did a great job too of like selling Wendy Chu's 1 or 2 or 3 power moves and then getting all of her flip shit in. Now Roxanne doesn't really flip that much, but you know, they pace the show correctly too, because like this is more or less the same psychology, right? Little versus big, and yeah, hopefully this match, it's going good so far. I'm into it. She goes for the butt bounce. And I don't know. Yeah, I think Jade's going to be a huge star one day. And Perez is just here to like, she is only 22, bro. But when she's 32 is when she'll be in her prime. Like psychology wise, you know, like business wise.
I think she's already so good right
now.
Yeah. I think she's already better than, some of the people in the main roster. It's just, I mean, she's probably closer to 5'1", 110 pounds, and now you have some of these women who are just getting like 5'7".
Well, Vacquere's about to come in, so like you got Roxanne versus Vacquere. Vacquere's like 5'2" or something. Like, it'll work. Trust me. That's why she's here. She's gonna make Giulia look good. Giulia's not big either, you know. So they're gonna make Giulia look good. She's gonna make everyone look good. You know, that's her job. She's already like the vet, but she can stay in NXT for another 5 years if they need her to. She won't even be 30, you know? So it's like, just keep her here for another few years until they really need someone legit up there on the main roster. And until then, just have her do sort of a reign of terror, get all these younger kind of green girls over, green girls over. And then the girls who need to acclimate, like Giulia and shit, to the style, Vacquere. You know, they can do so by fighting the likes of Roxanne. So that's how I see they're going to do it anyways. I don't. She's legit. I'm doing NXT and football and NASCAR at the same time. That's pretty wild. Small women and big women wrestling. Dude. StreamYard is shitting the bed right now. Sorry, you guys can hear me good? Chris Connor, you hear me all right?
I can hear you good. Yep, I can hear you perfectly.
Good, yeah. Just StreamYard has just been so shitty. Yesterday and the day before, amazing. Today, trash. Don't know what's going on with that. They're trying to silence me. Chris Connor's the Black Helicopters. Roxanne needs. See, that's what I was looking for. Awful Wrestling says Roxanne needs growth surgery, and he said before something about someone's ass. Here it is. Jada Parker's ass is world class. Okay, you fucking old fogey. No, it is, bro. It's out of this world. But yeah, that's what I was looking for, and I noticed StreamYard is fucking around. So, and I sent you a link there, Awful. I don't know if you're busy or whatever, but feel free to hop in and talk some shit. These refs too are phenomenal. We can't stress that enough. Refs have been a big topic here. Go.
In other words, not like your arch nemesis Aubrey Edwards, just in the camera shot all the time.
Fucking Aubrey is just horrible, man. Jada has that Bianca energy. Yeah, she is. Oh, Alexa Bliss held her own exactly.
True, Alexa did, but Alexa came in right before you had the bigger, taller women, and now,
this dude's just shaky filth. You're right. Sorry, go ahead, Chris.
I was gonna say, ever since the rise of, I'd say, Rhea Ripley and Bianca, and now we're seeing Jade Cargill, and now we're seeing even, to a lesser extent, even Zoe Stark. I mean, they're just taller, they're bigger, they're more physical, and you look and you go, holy crap. All of a sudden, it's tough taking Alexa Bliss and even, not Dakota Kai, but even Io Sky. It's tough when they're just so damn tiny, and you're like, holy crap.
Do y'all see that? See, this is the psychology. This is the psychology I'm breaking down. Sorry, Chris, but Jada is like selling her ass off. And then even though she's eaten some bigger moves, like from Roxanne, as far as like Roxanne getting the upper edge. And then what does Jada do? She still takes the cover from the smaller opponent. And it's a 1, 2. She's already kicking out at the 2 count. Like, it's not like a 1, 2, 3. I'm going to kick out last second. Like, Jada's hurting right now. She's getting her body worked over, but she's not like, it's still like, get off me, you little bitch. You know what I mean? So this is like HBK's cooking. Look at the facials of Jada, her screaming. I mean, whatever, but it's the facials. It's Roxanne. It's the way they're selling the submission.
No, true. I get it. But it's easy when Roxanne's a star in NXT and she's been, and Jada's not a star yet. What happens when you go to the main roster? You have Rhea Ripley, and you're trying to go, okay, we're gonna, and you try to figure it out. I mean, there's a reason, like why you had trouble booking Daniel Bryan versus Brock Lesnar. It's just you look at the size and go, okay, yeah, this ain't realistic. And this isn't, this in real life. Daniel Bryan gets basically, launched like a lawn dart. Brock Lesnar is just, Hulk smashing him into oblivion. It's just.
Someone saying wrestling is subjective, different strokes. Yeah, it is, but it is different, right?
Strokes.
Like,
it's just
it is different strokes, but like there's ways to measure like what is good, what society deems good, and it doesn't mean like sheep, but it just means like I don't know. If you take a guy from the KHL isn't as good as the NHL, period. We can measure that. We can just objectively look at the skill level of the talent, So I do get it when people are like, I like flippy shit. It's like, for sure, me too, bro. But you gotta put that in. You gotta put it at the right spot in. Yeah.
But there are players from the KHL who skill wise can match up, and there's not
exactly
a size difference.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like there's reason why weight classes were created in boxing and MMA, because you just had bigger guys destroying little guys.
Who didn't hit the like button? Yeah, thank you, Awful. Listen to fucking Awful. Awful, are you in the chat talking about facialing women and you're not in here talking shit on the actual show? God damn you. No, do your thing, buddy. But listen, listen to your boy Awful. Hit that, run that like up, bro. And yeah, yes, I am. Yeah, okay. You do you, bro. You definitely booked Bryan versus Lesnar. Dude, this is why Total Divas was the best show of all time. I wish I had a podcast back then. I might EFAP that on Patreon with you guys. We could just watch all of the old Total Divas. I don't know if people are into that, but it gave you some gems like fucking Daniel Bryan was injured. He wasn't allowed to wrestle, but he's there hanging out with his wife at the time, and he's showing John Cena like he's crawling around on with one hand in the air, kind of like if you watch a John Jones UFC fight, how he like crawls towards his opponent. Daniels was doing that, and he's like, yo, I designed this whole style. Like, I was going to do this against Brock Lesnar. He's like, we're going to do this whole feud where I'm doing like this monkey guy shit where he can't catch me and I'm rolling around and, you know, like I'm like outwitting him with like this, like I'm staying really low. I don't know. It's fucking cool. And then also you get to see, obviously, the Total Divas like being totally divas, right? Getting in bikinis and doing I like the show. I don't know. So it was over with women. So but yeah, that they had little gems like that in that show. And yeah, Danielson, you definitely book Danielson versus Brock. You just do it in a way where you develop a style to where Danielson psychologically has to wrestle differently. He's not just gonna hit him with all, and I guarantee goddamn to you this. If Danielson wrestled Brock, he would, if he hit the knee on Brock, he wouldn't just shake it off like Swerve did, like fucking Vegeta or like Perfect Cell. He just fucking eats Danielson's finisher, wipes it off, and then Danielson hits the same move later and it finishes Swerve. It's like, what the fuck? Brock would even sell that shit. Stupidest spot ever. But yeah, it's not to shit on AEW out of nowhere, but can't help it sometimes.
Well, for you, I can tell it's just like, oh, this is just, you love poking little bears with sticks. Just there we go.
Amazing. No, good for you. You're doing the Lord's work, taking care of children, Awful, and we love you here, just so you know. And yeah, you'll be on soon again. I'm certain of it. Dude, Jada, though, selling the abdomen, the body the whole time, doing the butt splash, and it's good having you in the chat, man. But yeah, selling the butt splash, can't get her up for the suplex. See, this is the stuff I look for. This whole NXT, my eyes have not been able to leave the screen. That's why we haven't done many Phil Marks bookmarks. During AEW shows, guys, there's fucking Jericho matches going on. We're laughing at Dave Meltzer. During this event, I just can't help but call the action. Like, this match has been phenomenal. The crowd's super into it. And I'm giving it, so far, I've rated every match a 4 out of 5. Phil stars. Phil S stars. There we go, dude. I love the reverse suplex, too. Kane used to bust those out, and they never anymore. And look at that. See, so Jada, eats a roll-up, and then she does a look on her face like agony because her abs are hurting. So it's just HBK, and then look, the elbows to the abs in the Rings of Saturn, or whatever they call this move now. The crossface. Just HBK knows what he's doing. He has these people. Oh, we're getting the Jada Hulk up spot. Let's go. Oh, fuck yes. Let's fucking go. Holding the abs still. Looks in the camera. Fuck you. Like, she just has it, man. Ahead of her time. Same with Roxanne. Roxanne. What is she doing, though? Oh, misses. Went for a Vader splash. Crushed her body. Now Roxanne will capitalize. Just a maestro cradle. Spin kick. Yeah, she is like AJ Lee, though, for sure. You can tell that's her inspo. Guillotines her on the rope by shaking her off. Here we go. Butt bounce. But out of the ring. Out of the ring. 5-star match. 5-star match. No, I'm just kidding. For $5, Jimmy B says, anyone know the name of Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler's team? I've just been calling them the stud line this whole time. Yeah, they're like the... What are they called? The fusion dance, huh? What are they called?
It is
Fusion Collective.
It is it's the Pure Fusion Collective. And look, I get it. You can't. There's probably like a list somewhere in WWE. Like, yeah, we can't have assassins, killers, You know, you can't use the word ass too much. I mean, it's probably because it's a PG show.
Speaking of ass, the NXT cameraman knows what the hell he is doing. Sorry, go ahead.
I mean, you can't use. I'm guessing there's like shooters you can't use, or cripplers, or anything that's considered violent. You can't use any more WWE terms of words because it's this is for the kids. So like, I don't think Dis wants to have to hear his kid go, Dad, why are those ladies called assassins? What's an assassin?
Yeah, or like, why are those ladies making out with champagne? I get it. And that's why Netflix is good, because people think about it. A lot of adults, and Roxanne won. Round of applause, guys. What a fucking brilliant match that was. Another 4 for me. If this was like a Mania and there was like a big long-term build, it would get the 5th star from Phil. But that sort of stuff matters to me. I'm giving it 4 based on just the work, all of it, right? You get a point for the psychology and the selling and all of that. You get a point for just 2 professionals. They look professional. The production, the match itself was good. Everything, that's how you get stars from me. It's not just made up. Oh, you get a 7th star if you fucking showed me out at a PWG show. But yeah, I don't know what their team name is. Ass is what it is, right? Shaggy Filth for $2 says name should be Lesby Friends. Oh my god, that is amazing.
You what?
Oh my god,
The best guys, Tony Khan.
that is. And speaking of the Lesby Friends, right? So that actually sort of adds on to what I was saying before I had to drool all over the nuts of this. Oh, lights are out, guys. Lights are out. Is it Vacquer or is it Giulia? Giulia was in the crowd.
Could be Giulia, could be Stephanie Vacquer. I mean, they signed both.
Who is it?
So
it's got to be Vacquer with that music and that entrance, right? Let's see it. Who is it? By God! It's Giulia. She's here. Oh my God. Oh my God. DeMarco fucking Giulia's here. We knew it because we didn't get the Vacquer in the crowd shot yet. We just had her at the Mexico Live event. So when we get that, that's when we'll know. Roxanne's selling it like she's confused. Huge mega star. And look at her. Look at Giulia, bro. She looks like $1 billion. Like, people would say that about Shinsuke. It doesn't even matter if he's a wrestler or not. The guy walks through the airport. He looks like a star. That's Giulia, dude. Look at her. And she's gorgeous, right? And I mean, it's just same size as Perez. So Chris, you were babbling all that. No, I'm just joking. You're talking all that shit earlier. No, but they're the same size. That's why Perez is champ. All these girls are. Maybe Delta's bigger. I'm not sure, but look at her looking like $1 billion. And this is amazing. And this is what we get at the next takeover or whatever. And they can't go, oh, this is, I don't know. The WWE and NXT specifically has always done this. It's always, you're at a takeover or you're at a PLE and then someone shows up and then we get the story from there. That's how they've always done it. So they invented this as far as no, it's been done before, but as far as I'm concerned, it's like original to them, So anyways, I think that match is going to cook. It's going to be great. Obviously, Giulia's coming in. She's going to win that title and go on a reign with it, I think, because there's no way she loses. Or she loses, they trust Roxanne, and then we get Giulia versus Kalani down the line, and then she also battles Vacquer or something like that. Who knows? But we're shaping up. It's going to be Giulia, Vacquer, Delta. They're all going to be the future of NXT. Or maybe some of them go to the main roster right away. Who knows? But it appears as though everybody's going to have to spend a little bit of time in the PC. They made some announcement like that earlier too in the week, but I don't think it that doesn't mean oh, you have to work in NXT. Just means wrestlers have to go to the PC first, mandatory, which that's all you should do. They're playing a great package for Javon Evans, who's a future star as well. NXT's cooking. 4 out of 4 for every match. For me, again, I would just say the story between Roxanne and Jada, it was kind of quickly just thrown together. It felt like, but they're such great performers that they got it over, and the crowd was into that, and just another phenomenal match. I didn't know how they were going to pull that match off, but I just knew it would be good because Roxanne keeps doing that. She keeps going in there with Lyra, who I don't give a fuck about, and then she has a great match. So I'm just stoked with that. I'm excited for Giulia versus Roxanne Perez, and just NXT's on fire. This PLE, to me, Berlin was awesome. The crowd was hot, but this has been more like fun and awesome and like kind of twisty and turny. Like you kind of don't know what's going to happen. WWE was great as well, but this event so far, man, every match is like, that's a 4 out of 5 for me. So hopefully the main event kills it. I don't know, man. NXT cooking. I need to get to one more super chat. Oh yeah, but what I was saying with the lesbian friends, Netflix, Raw, people put the kids to bed and then they snuggle up in Netflix and chill. Watch Raw with the sexiness, all that. You put SmackDown on for the juniors on Friday when they can stay up a little later for the weekend after
I don't
school.
think it's going to be that cut and dry. I mean, your audience for WWE is the families. That's what sells for them because they're the ones who buy the
That's why you keep the family shit on SmackDown on regular TV, where on Friday nights, and then you do more a little more racy shit. Now I'm not saying it will be all just filthy attitude era dirt. I'm not saying that, but what I am saying is
that thing is dead and buried. You can
mix some of that. Like, look at what they're doing with Rhea and Dom and Liv. Like, you're gonna get that a little more. I called it too. I said there's gonna be blood during the strap match, right? So we're gonna get a little more blood. It is gonna go a little more attitude era esque. It won't be fully that though. But someone might chug a beer on the show, not named Stone Cold. You know, we might see.
No, I doubt that much. I will
Dude, they're promoting vodkas and beers and shit. I'm just saying, like, we're gonna see.
There's a difference. There's just,
but it's on Netflix, bro. I know, and the difference is Netflix. That's the difference. The difference is Netflix, right there. The whole game's changed now. They can do on Netflix because it's not just Raw. This is what everyone's forgetting too. It's not like it's just Raw. They're doing a bunch of WWE content as well. So they'll have a show that'll come out it'll be called the 30-minute WWE Fun Hour, and it'll be on the fucking kids section of Netflix, and it'll be like what they did. They used to do that in Saturday mornings. You remember that shit? They would have like Saturday Morning Slam on Fox Kids.
Let's hold the phone right there because we're still not sure a lot of the details of Netflix. I mean, yes, Raw's going to Netflix.
We know that they're getting shows. We know they're
everything
getting
else
shows.
with content. Peacock still gets it. Peacock gets all the PLEs. They get the specials. They get it because remember they paid
for 1 year. For one more year in 2026, that thing's up. So all I'm saying is the content, man. We do know that they're going to have other content too. In Netflix, they said it in that announcement thing. We covered it here on the show. They basically they're going to have like a slew of. There's going to be other shows. Like there's probably going to be a reality show on there for WWE. Don't be shocked if like, and they've already done that. They already had like the New Day Choose Your Own Adventure on Netflix with The Undertaker. They've already experimented with this. They have a great relationship. And in my opinion, we're going to see it. We're going to see like a Saturday Morning Slam on Netflix, and the kids will get their show. Raw will be a little more spicy. And then you'll have SmackDown will just be what WWE is now. You know what I mean? That's all I'm saying, man. Chris Perry for $5 says, you're taking a stink face. Is it from Jada or Nikita Lyons? Oh, my God. Another fucking amazing question. 89% of y'all in the chat said Roxanne was going to win. Good job, chat. Even though you guys probably cheated again, you liars. You're taking a stink face. Is it from Jada or Nikita? I'm going Jada, personally. I don't know. That's just me. And I love Nikita, too, but I'm going Jada. What say you, awful? Fun fact, when Netflix premieres Vince McMahon Doctrine, depending what time they air it, it will go head-to-head with the 83rd week of No Millie. Oh, shit. They scoped it out. They purposefully did that. Yeah, I'm going to watch that doc with you guys over on Patreon where I can, like, react to the shit with you guys on screen. And I don't know if they plan that. Like, I don't know if Netflix is – I kind of agree with Chris here. I don't know if Netflix is going to shit all over Vince and WWE and make them look bad when they're about to go in business with them. It might be a little fluff piece. What say you, Awful? Chat me up, Awful Wrestling. What do you think? Do you think it'll be a fluff piece? Or do you think that that's not very fair? And they might save with Conrad and make it a hit piece and shill for AEW. Jada, everyone's like Jada. Yeah. Totally forgot about Lexus King. Yeah, he's been cooking in Reality of Wrestling. Don't forget about him. Don't sleep on him. But yeah, he's been out doing his thing. And Trick's about to get that win back over on Pete Dunzo. In a matter of moments.
Here's an early question for you. Next year,
yep.
Who do you put in the Hall of Fame? I was thinking about that, and it's gonna be tougher because there's so many people right now you can't put in because they're either not retired, they're not sure if they want to do it, they're dead, or somebody's pissed off somebody there.
Guys, there's 122 of you watching. We're at 87 likes. 13 of you fucking haters go and hit that like button, or else you get Jericho. The line has been drawn. Okay, no, I'm just kidding. I love you guys. Chris, to answer your question, so I think Triple H is the king of closing those burnt bridges, or rebuilding the burnt bridges, rather, not closing bridges, opening closed bridges. And he's done it with a myriad of people. I think Batista gets inducted. I think they got to put Sid in. I think Cyndi Lauper, people have been lobbying for it. She was on the Drew Barrymore show talking about how she would like to be, but like she doesn't really. She started putting over the other boys and saying how great the wrestlers were, not herself. So very humble. But I think that makes sense. I think there's lots of people in there. We're losing out on people. Like, okay, does Lex Luger have to pass away before he's in the fucking Hall of Fame? It's just silly. So I think it's easy.
Here's some, just off the top of my head, people you would love to see WWE the Hall of Fame but aren't in the Hall of Fame, like Demolition. Demolition deserves to be in the Hall of Fame.
Are they not?
They are not in the Hall of Fame.
Yeah, get them in. Trips will get them in, man. He loves tag wrestling.
Unfortunately, there's still bad blood, though, between them and WWE in terms of the lawsuit, the concussions. I know that it's Bill Eadie of Axe has always held a grudge.
Dude,
so
did you hear what Ultimate Warrior said about everyone? And he squashed Triple H at a WrestleMania. Triple H helped facilitate bringing him back, and Triple H is running the show. I'm sure there's people Triple H tried to help bring back that Vince held him back, that Vince kiboshed him from help bring back. I guarantee there's been that too in the past. So some of these guys, Trips probably already got on deck. Like, yeah,
I mean, all right. So so Demolition is one.
Trips is a body guy. Does Lex Luger not go in? Come on now.
That's a good question. We'll find out.
He's gonna be in it.
All right. Owen Hart. I mean, people have wanted for years for Owen Hart. And yes, Vince is gone, but still, if you're
Martha won't let it happen. But I was saying on the last show, I hope that they build up to eventually, because they were showing Owen Hart a bunch before the Berlin show. They had him in these like, last time WWE was in Europe, and they really focused on the Harts and Owen Hart and Davey Boy, and I hope that bridge gets mended too with Triple H. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe in Hunter Hearst Helmsley.
Do the Midnight Express get in?
Sure. Not this year.
I don't think so.
But, yeah, Jesse Ventura is going to go in. Batista's going to go in. You're going to have Cyndi Lauper, Lex Luger, and Sid. You got 5 right there. Do we need any more? Boom.
There's a lot, but I'll say this. I think because of Jim Cornette, the Midnight Express will never get into the WWE Hall of Fame.
They had Jim Cornette when Triple H was in office. Jim went and did a Hall of Fame induction with Vince there. So I'm sure he's cool, man. I'm sure Triple H is
it's not that.
Jimmy can come in.
It's not. I'll tell you why. You listen to Cornette's podcast. He is just incredibly at times radically political.
That doesn't matter to anyone, bro. You can't judge.
It does. It is. You Google Cornette, some of Cornette's, wonderful lines.
Whoop that trick. Fuck yes, dude. Trick Willie gang. Listen to this building. Listen to Booker T. Oh yeah. Let's go.
Cornette's about as offensive as as any shock.
No,
shock
Chris, I
yes.
think you think of the fucking WWE shit still like the old guard. I think
No,
that's
I
what
think
I
of
think
it
you're.
like TKO.
I don't think you think of
think-
like how things are and how they're going to be. I think you're always looking at like what they've been and how Vince was and da 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 da, and that's all. I think that's where
No,
we
you
differ
see,
with that stuff.
If it was Vince, I don't think Vince would care. I think TKO does not want to be associated with
Nah,
certain
I don't think
things.
TKO cares. They're not listening to podcasts, bro. They care about mainstream. Oh, this is what they care about. Oh, he has the biggest wrestling podcast in the world. Okay, let's go. They don't care if you vote Democrat or the world's shifting away from caring about that shit.
It's not that, though. It's not. Oh, God. You gotta let me finish here because I love you, but you're doing this to me, Phil. It's not him being Democrat. It's him referring to Dana Loesch as a cunt. It's him wishing, saying, well, I can't say about anything about Donald Trump's assassination because I don't want to get arrested by the FBI. It's his.
Right, but that was a hack joke that everyone said, oh, they shouldn't have missed. And it's like a couple people got canceled for it. And then now no one cares if you made that joke. Like people just get outraged for a minute. People don't give a shit, man. Fucking Brock Lesnar might have pooped on someone's head in a hotel room, and everyone's talking about bringing him back.
I love you, but you look at this as if, oh yeah, don't worry, everybody forgive it. It's like no. People have very, very short memories.
Okay, why did he come and do? Why did Cornette do a Hall of Fame induction? Like, how did that happen then? If they're so worried,
when did you do a Hall of Fame induction?
Like years ago, he came and did it. Like, who was? You were just saying before. Oh, they have like there's some people with lawsuits and all this shit, and I'm like, well, Triple H helps.
Jim Cornette is not the WWE Hall of Fame.
He inducted people into the WWE Hall of Fame not that long ago, and he did WWE Table for Three with Bischoff and fucking Michael P.S. Hayes, where he starts going off on Bischoff.
That was during the Vince era. That was even before Cornette's gotten
but
more
that's
political.
Triple H. That's when Triple H was mending the fences, though. Like Triple H was that was when he was in the office.
All right,
mending
here's
the
another
fences. What I
person,
mean.
Phil.
That's what I mean. Like, I'm pointing. That's the evidence. Triple H helped mend fences. Then he was helping with the Bruno. The Ultimate Warrior shit was before that. The Ultimate Warrior shit was before that. Ultimate Warrior called people F slurs. Accused HBK and Vince McMahon of screwing each other.
Once again,
come on, bro.
Once again, that's what Vince McMahon, who I don't think would care. TKO, I think they're a little more politically sensitive.
I don't think they care about politics.
You know what? Here's one that we both can agree will probably never go into the WWE Hall of Fame. China.
We believe in Joe Hendry. Let's fucking go. Yeah, and they make China dolls now, and they inducted her into the fucking Hall of Fame, and she could still get a solo induction one day. And she just did porn, so it's like, corn. And a bunch of girls have done that. Like a bunch of girls do that shit now. It's like not even.
No, they don't.
But anyways,
stop, Phil. Stop. You just want to put everybody in the Hall of Fame. Oh yeah, this. Don't worry. We'll just wax over it here.
So 8 likes to get to 100, please and thank you. And Joe Hendry, we believe in Joe Hendry. He made his epic entrance. Both of these guys are super over. The building was just erupting for Trick and fucking Joe, and then they're booing the shit out of Ethan, who got a very well-deserved champions entrance with the backstage thing. Also, he was featured on SmackDown, and also his vignettes and his promos and everything. If you're watching NXT, like he's phenomenal. He stepped shit up. And everybody is like, oh, man, you guys shit on him in AEW. But, dude, they stuck him with that Dan Lambert bullshit. And even Dan Lambert's gone on to bury that bullshit. Okay? Like, Dan Lambert's buried the fucking stories he was in. So, Ethan Page, like, again, you can't blame him. You blame the fucking marketing. You blame the creative. You blame the opportunities. And that's where Tony Khan fucked up. And they see it in a guy like Ethan Page. Obviously, Joe Hendry, too. But, like, that's more like they're getting him as a bonus from this TNA relationship. You know what I mean? They get to go handpick, like, oh, we like these guys, whatever. But Ethan Page, man, is just – he's going to be on the main roster one day fighting mid-card title. Ethan versus LA Knight, heel Ethan Page versus LA Knight U.S. title. There you go, folks. So that could happen. I think that'll happen sooner than later, too. I don't see him being in NXT for a long, long time. But, yeah, he's really taken the ball and ran with it. And this is all – to get Trick eventually to get him that belt back. And I don't know if Joe Hendry ever actually wins this belt, but Trick will get it back eventually. And yeah, I'm super excited. Listen to this fucking crowd. This is a TNA dude. Tony Khan had Joe Hendry in the palm of his hand, fumbled him with Ring of Honor, fumbled this greatness. And now we're seeing this big fight feel. I love it. They rang the bell before Trick called
The best
for
guys, Tony Khan.
So there's a botch. Hopefully Trick is a good ref. What's you cowards? Yeah, hit the like button, guys. Run it up. We have, dude, it's pretty split of who's going to win this match in the chat. If you guys look at the poll, super split. Love it. Yeah, I want to see Hendry on SmackDown too. I think it'll happen. Yeah, Cornette inducted the Rock and Roll in 2017. Exactly. That's not that long ago at all. And that's after Triple H had already got Warrior back and Bruno back and a bunch of guys, man. So, and then I want to see Joe Hendry on SmackDown. Me too. Yes. Is Molly Holly in the Hall of Fame? Yes, she is. But she got that, I think it was during COVID or something. So she got like a very short speech. And yeah, China with DX. I think one day China will get in alone. But yeah, they've inducted like Tori and everyone. Like Trish is on the show. She's been, not Trish, pardon me. You know, they just celebrated Candice Michelle in the audience the other day. She's done Playboy. Like she's done sex scenes in movies with her titties out. Like, you know, they've all people. It's, I get it. Like, like don't have an active OnlyFans. Like Jordan Grace is closing her OF and she doesn't even get fully nude on there. But that's because she's going to WWE. Her TNA contract's up soon. She's going to WWE, obviously. But like I'm not saying girls can have OnlyFans and actively be porn stars, but like China, man, people don't like really remember her for that. You know, they remember in the wrestling world for what she contributed to wrestling. And yeah, I could see her getting a solo induction too. I could see like, and same with like the people complain when like like Godfather gets inducted. It's like, man, he was over shit. He was an Intercontinental champ. I think if you can get to tag team champ or IC title, if you win a belt in WWE, you're Hall of Fame worthy as far as their standards of what the Hall of Fame is and has been. You know, that's what I believe. So we believe in Joe Hendry right here. Great psychology as well in this match, starting off good. Just mat-based, solid back and forth wrestling. Some cocky taunts back and forth. I'm going to dye my hair like Hendry. So Sasha versus Sammy happening? Yeah, Moose Knuckles, shut the fuck up. We're not... Name the Candice Michelle titty movie. Just go. There's a couple, I believe, with her. Dawn Marie as well has been in a movie, pulled her titties out. Maria Kanellis as well. Just Google. Now yeah, sorry guys. This isn't, just type it in. I don't know. I don't know the name of the movie. They're just like, I just seen the shit online, you know, for also research purposes. No. Yeah, it's just whatever movie. It's some, you know, B level, soft core, whatever shit. Candice Michelle starred in one of those. You can look it up. You just had Paul Heyman get his Hall of Fame. He got inducted in the Hall of Fame. He's like, and this was his speech. You can't get canceled. And if you don't like ECW, suck my fucking dick. Triple H is God. That was literally his Hall of Fame speech. So I don't see them like taming it backwards, you know, like I think they're going not just filthy dirty like AEW. They're making like little dick jokes. That's all MJF can do. Fat jokes, little dick jokes, and dead dad jokes. But yeah, it's, you know, I just think that they're not going to, like, okay, Victoria, they just gave her a Legends deal, right? She has a fucking sex tape, bro, that got leaked to the internet. Victoria, they just gave her a Legends deal the other day. She's obviously going to get inducted in the Hall of Fame. You can watch her right now. Type it in. Lisa Marie Vaughn, I believe that's her name. And there's a video of her, okay, doing the deed, like real crystal clear. They just gave her a deal the other day. They'd have Paige back in a heartbeat. She has a series of sex tapes that got leaked. I just don't think they judge. Joe Hendry, what a powerhouse. And he put over Sid Vicious as the reason he dyed his hair blonde, the reason he took himself more seriously, the reason he started using powerhouse moves in his arsenal instead of like the more indie style. Sid was the guy he credited, like before Sid passed, and again now that Sid passed. R.I.P. Sid fucking Udy, man. What a legend. He better get inducted this year. Because there's guys like that where you tell me they're not in, and I'm like, really? Like Demolition isn't? Holy shit, I forgot. You know, someone, yeah, like Sid's not in. What? You know, I couldn't even believe that. I was like, I swear he went in a long time ago, but It's just there's a lot of guys who aren't in still, so I think they'll never run out of people. And yeah, if they pick 5 people a year, they'll never run out of people, you know. And Victoria, that could be a women's wrestler who gets inducted this year too. She just signed a Legends deal. I'll be back in 5 to 10 minutes, chat. You guys are, yeah, you fucking sickos tonight.
You what?
Relax, Phil, telling everyone how to look that. No, I'm just, yeah. You guys are so silly, man. Save that shit in a bookmark and stay locked in here. Or at least keep this video open while you go over, chat. Don't be fucking weird. Getting rated R. Yeah, dude. Woods was in that. The New Day is one of the greatest tag teams of all time. They'll be in the Hall of Fame. He's in a video banging Paige, dude. Like, you know, I just think the world's a little different. The internet's a fucked up place. And as long as you aren't actively doing an OnlyFans or whatever, I think you're good. I think you're safe from that type of scrutiny. And then from the political stuff, it's like, I just don't think they care either way about that either. Like if you rub people the wrong way backstage, sure. But if Jim goes up there and goes, well, fuck, I wish Trump, whatever, then yeah, okay, that's a problem. But I just don't I don't think they care about his podcast. People have tried to cancel Cornette every 3 fucking weeks and he survives it, you know? So I think if they just keep it in wrestling world, I don't think Jim will ever get inducted until maybe he's long gone, you know? I could see it happening then. And not to be any type of way about it, but it's just because he is controversial and I could see that. But they did bring him in to induct some people. So, not long ago. We're talking how many years? 8 years ago. I guess that is a while. 7 years ago. So that is a while, actually. That is a long time. But it was Triple H was in the office 7 years ago. You know, that's the beginning, not the beginnings, but yeah, infamously squashing bridges. I want Mickey James. That's what I mean. Mickey James should be in the Hall of Fame. Nick Aldis could induct her. Nick Aldis, I want to see wrestle and get in the Hall of Fame too. I love him as a GM, but fuck, I feel like has a little more to give. And the crowd is white hot for this match. And I want Mickey James in the Hall of Fame. I met her last year. She said she wants to work with Aldis and have one last run. I want that too, so fucking badly. Maybe they'll have to sign to AEW to do it.
Tony Khan.
No, there's a reason Aldis didn't go that route, guys. Trust me on that one. I'm telling y'all, there's a reason he didn't take that route. But thank you, Aaron Rowland. It's good to see you in the chat. Thank you, everybody who turned out. You cowards better have hit that like button. We're even about 58% to 42% for Ethan Page. And are we at 100 likes? We're at 96. 4 of you, please hit that like, please and thank you. And I'll stop asking. We won't ask the rest of the show. And thank you, Aaron Rowland, for the contributions. We're going to the top rope here. Page can be a WWE ambassador, yeah. Cornette made a Watch Mojo list yesterday. Mainstream, bro. If he flipped a pizza and did a cartwheel, he'd be booked tomorrow. And it's dope, too, because Hendry's finish is just like a regular dude doing like a big chokeslam spine buster. Oh, shit. What's Ethan Page doing, though? Power slam. Oh, shit. Kick out. Oh, dude, Swerve's doing a great job as ref, too. It's Swerve. Oh, my God. Did I just say Swerve? I meant Trick. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. That's where I'm at right now. Thinking about AEW, you sons of bitches. I'm getting swerved. Yeah, fucking no. Trick is doing a good job because I was going to say he's not like Aubrey Edwards in AEW where you're watching them fucking like he's Trick and you don't even notice him in the fucking in the match until you need to see him for the count, you know? It's astounding. It's crazy what a PC can do. Crazy what a gym and doing house shows can do. You guys know what I'm saying? Like people try to roast NXT for doing house shows in like gym in like gymnasiums and like those little fucking warehouses. It's like, man, fuck out of here. 101 likes. Let's go. Okay. Thank you so much. And I will not ask you for the rest of the show, guys, even if there's 200 watching. Trick will whoop Swerve. Yeah. Yeah. I just okay on T-Wrestling. Yeah. It's okay. All the refs look alike. Yeah, you guys, I did the thing. It's okay. Hey, I'm fucking Redskins, so I get a little pass. You know what I mean? Nice dive, dude. Into like, what was that? A bulldog or was that just like a senton? I fucking love that. What cannonball dive. The crowd's hot. Both guys are over. A TNA guy and an AEW guy are main eventing a fucking NXT PLE for WWE for the NXT Championship. Like, this is the prohibited portal right here. Tony could have had this match for his TNT title and do this same type of story work, and he fucked it up. He had all these guys. Booker T is the ref. Oh, come on now, Chad. That's not very fair. We don't have to get all racial now just because Phil fucked up and was mean and was talking about AEW while watching No Mercy, so it fucked up what he was saying. And Ethan Page is in the ring, who was in AEW like 3 months ago. No, just kidding. Here we go, Trick. Slow the countdown a bit. Slow it down a bit. Slow it. Okay, he's going. Yeah, okay, get in there, Joe. He's going for 10. Perfect. Here we go. Ahmed Johnson is the ref. Okay, now. You guys. Oh, my God. We're going to Rumble, folks. Holy shit. The fucking sickos who hate me are going to have a field day with this episode. You guys, we're talking about who we get stink face from, who fucking Phil's calling Trick Swerve and shit. God damn it. We're fucked. We're fucking up here, okay? I'm deleting the show once it's finished. Members only once it's finished. Oh my God. No, fuck him. You all know. Here we go. Oh, he's gonna hit him with the ego's edge. His own shit. Hit him with his own shit. I like how Swerve does the count where, like, he doesn't stop before he hits the mat. He follows through like he's going to count the 3, but then he, like, misses the mat. You know? Like, I was going to count 3. Like, look. 2. Like, he falls through. He doesn't stop. Oh, look how close my hand is. No, that's not how counting a pin works. If you're shoot counting, it's like, oh, you got to, like, move your hand at the last second type shit, you know? Swerve's doing a good job. Mike Tyson is doing a great job in there. Oh, my God. We aren't cussing. No, I know, guy. Trick, damn it, Phil. He looks like Aubrey in there. Yeah, overselling the game. You guys. Chat's fucked up. Oh, my God. No, you guys aren't. I love you guys. Got to be able to laugh, man. Yay, boo. Yay, boo. Here we go. Okay, stop European uppercutting. I swear, like, Bret Hart and Cesaro are the only 2 guys who European uppercut properly. Boom. Fall away slam. Kip up. Oh, yeah. Turn around. Joe Hendry. I'm going to read the super chat. Don't worry. We're just going with Hendry. Standing. Oh, dude. Roll to the outside, Ethan. Oh, shit. No, the rope. Oh, his foot's under the rope, not touching. Trick doing a good job officiating right down the line. Right? When Ethan said it's a conspiracy and Trick's going to screw me over. So no Josh Alexander. Yeah, we don't need that with Giulia, you know? We don't need that with Giulia. Oh, Ethan. Okay, now Trick better get up quick because I've seen him, like, eat finishers and get up, so. Oh, a different ref. Oh, he kicks out. Phenomenal. Dude, that ref hit the ring right away, too. See, sports-based. Oh, the ref is out. We need another ref now. We're not going to wait. I don't understand. For $5, Aaron Rowland says, I don't understand why if TK isn't going to run house shows, make his guy work indies on weekends and require 3 days a week in a training course. You get a fucking air horn because that's exactly. Just make them come to work and train with Dustin Rhodes and these guys. 2. Oh, my God. Sorry. It's at the peak of the match. You're 100% right. I'm going to leave your super chat on. Onto the belt. Is it a DQ? Because Hendry was the one who had the belt. Oh, and then Trick. What? Oh, my God. This match is just fucking all over the place. Oh, my God, dude. The timing on Trick, too, to make that save. Look at the crowd. Everyone on their feet. The kids are in the air. Oh! Holy shit, Joseph. Oh, a nut shot. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. It's over. Oh. 1. He hates having to do it. Stop Aubrey Edwardsing. There you go. Wow. Yo, the finish to that match, man. Oh, my God. Was this a 5 out of 5? Chat? This was an A at least, right? An A effort. I don't understand why TK doesn't do anything, bro. Thank you, Aaron Rowland. I appreciate you. Man, let's close this chat. 57% of y'all said Ethan Page. Let's close this poll. And I want your guys' grades on this. So we're going to start another poll. We're going to grade this. What a fucking amazing PLE. What an amazing finish to that. I got swerved. Speaking of swerve, I got swerved like 4 times there at the end. Any of those could have been the finish, and it would have been like, damn, that was great, you know? TK is crying right now. I'm going to start a poll. What do you grade NXT No Mercy? Chris Connors, what do you grade NXT No Mercy? A, B, C, or D?
I'd give it a B+ or A-. I mean, look, it was a good card. I wasn't a big fan of a tag team bout. I'm just not a fan of Axiom and Nathan Frazier. But otherwise, the cover card was fantastic.
Yeah, that to me too, the tag match. But even that was a swerve because I didn't see Ridge turning on them all, and I didn't think Frazier and Axiom would just regain the titles like that. So, and they like teased the breakup between them. So I gave it a 4 for like, well, this match cooked, and then the shit at the end was amazing. You know, we're progressing the story in an amazing way. So I don't know, man. I give this shit a solid. That's like pretty much. That's like a 5 out of 5 show for not being like a takeover. Just overall in the annals of time, I give this like a 4 out of 5. I give this an A. I give it an A, a solid A. So chat, let me know what you guys think. And yeah. My only problem is the ref seeing a man get DDT'd on a belt. Yeah, I agree. But to me, it's okay because like the ref didn't see how the belt play happened. Oh, is this Pete Dunne? Oh, my God. Okay, Pete Dunne is fucking jumping Trick.
Yeah, he's doing double duty.
Yeah. Well, this is – I don't want to see – like, I hope Trick gets his win back. But, yeah, they obviously are going to build up Trick more before he gets to Ethan Page, obviously. Not that they need to build him up more, but it's all leading to eventually Trick will get that title back 100%. But, yeah, man, I graded at least like an A or an A-. And if it was on like a bigger stage and all of that, and some of these stories had more time to flesh out, it would probably get an A+ or 5 stars from me. But yeah, just overall, wow. Yeah, that was just wow. I'm gonna share. So guys, I'm gonna share this tab instead, and just enjoy a couple minutes of Tony Khan while I grab myself a Red Bull. And then we're going to dive into some Phil Marks bookmarks. I got some sickos. I got some Dave Meltzer dumb moment of the weeks. And yeah, so for the time being, though, just enjoy this.
Austin wants to be here so bad.
This is a break spot? Not yet.
We need to build an army right now.
It was good. That's a good match.
You thought everything looked okay? Yeah. I just feel like
you tonight.
That was big.
No! Damn it, God damn it! We've seen this time and time again out of Jericho and Guevara.
That's awesome. That was great. Ah! Yes! Sick!
He's going to take it! And Claudio Castagnoli was
it? Is that heavy, Tony? No. I gave you extra time. 6 to about 6 to break for right now. Go. They're really flying through. Hey, that was great. That was perfect.
1, 2, 3.
Are you okay? That was great. Way to get him up at the end. You got him back. That was great. Pick him up. That was a great finish.
Oh, yeah.
Going into the card rundown. We'll feel out the ending, and then we'll go into the card rundown.
Ricky Starks is like,
with
what the
Ty
fuck?
Mello, Dr. Ty and Anna, and Will Nightingale taking Britt Baker with
Dude, Ricky Starks is like, what the fuck is going on there? That's the funniest video ever. Yeah, great way you pick him up. You ain't. Oh, Chris Connor's dipped out. Okay, round of applause for Chris Connor. He probably had to go. I just wanted to get it pretty quickly. At Last Call with Chris C. I'm on that show all the time, talking not just wrestling, but also fights and stuff, but primarily wrestling. They have me on as one of the wrestling dudes a lot of the time, which I appreciate that. And yeah, so check him out. He probably he hasn't seen AEW in forever. I can't imagine he wants to watch that. So Ego and NXT is just showing how TK fumbled the bag. Exactly. It's just showing that, like, no, he can work. He's got size. He's got a look. He's got promo skills. His toys sell out more than any AEW toy, and he does it independently of AEW. This guy can take the ball and run with it if you give him a chance and help get other guys over. And he's been around for a while, and he was in TNA, and they were probably eyeing him up since TNA. And yeah, they saw it in him, and they put him in the right position. It's not all on the wrestler. Like, you can be awesome and look great like Swerve and all that shit, but unless you're put in the right storylines, then unless people invest in you the right way, it just doesn't really mean much. Thank you, you ain't hype. The Ashen Chevalier. What do you see them doing with Hendry now? Great question. I think he gets in the title mix over in TNA. And right now, I don't know. Maybe there's a rematch with Ethan and Hendry, but over in TNA, Josh Alexander's been like side beefing with Hendry. So I think maybe he does a little more time in TNA and we don't see him like every single week on NXT again. Or maybe I'm completely wrong, but yeah, I just think they kind of cool him off a bit, or maybe there's a rematch. I don't really know. Maybe he goes after the North American title against Obafemi. Maybe, who knows? There's lots of options. So we'll see. Maybe it's him and Pete Dunne. Maybe when Trick is done dealing with Dunne, maybe, fucking Hendry and Dunn will go at it, and then Trick can go back after Ethan Page. There's a variety of things to do. I'm not too worried about what they're going to do, per se. Phil, you owe someone in the chat something for hitting 100 likes. What do I owe you? Yeah, you son of a bitch, for $5, George Captor. Jesus fucking Christ. You guys are really going to make me do this? You guys want to see Tony Khan hit on wrestlers? We can just watch 10 minutes of Tony Khan. Oh, okay, but I did promise Chad I would do it. So, Mercedes, I love your luscious blue and orange and yellow and sometimes black and sometimes purple hair. It looks fantastic. I have a crystal. I can take you crystal shopping. I'll buy you a Gucci bag. My dad actually owns a Louis store. I have a private plane. You already know that because I contract tampered with you and flew you in from Stanford. Oh, yeah, I have this belt. I have a lot of more belts, too. Not just the one below my waist, Mercedes. Everything's great. I promise we'll have a great time. And if you come back to my pad with me, it'll be great. Oh, I know it'll be great. Oh, yeah, I'm a real sicko in the sack. Yeah, they call me all Sicko Tony in the sack. Yeah, you can bring Camille. She can watch, but only actually I'm going to watch. I'm going to sit in the corner and allow you. No, sorry, we're getting too weird. I like when your hair's like fire, and then I like when you do it like with ice, because you melt my heart. There you go. There's Tony Khan. You sick freaks. You sick sons of bitches. You guys are sick. I hope you guys enjoy. That was garbage. I told you I'd do it, though. Okay. Speaking of sick. Speaking of the sickos. It's time for everyone's favorite segment, and it is called Dave Meltzer's Dumb Moment of the Week. Rewind. Fucking StreamYard. Okay, so bookmarks, we head into Dave Meltzer. Dumb moment of the week. I've stockpiled a few here I got for you guys. We're going to laugh at the goober. I got tagged in this. This is via Mr. Medicine Spoon. So, Phil, you have to hear this from the brother of Tom Cole calling. Oh, no, sorry. We're gonna EFAP that on the next show. So, let's move along here. Sorry, AEW neckbeards. Here we go again. So this guy DJ Moran says, "Be like you when watching sports, or it's my fault that AEW can't time a scripted show correctly. How very bootstrappy of you." And this is in regards to Dave Meltzer again being like, Brian, and trying to fucking talk about be like me and record the next show. You must not like sports if you don't record the next show, even though this scripted show can't time a fucking overrun like NXT. So Dave Meltzer goes, they can't. Name me an episode that went off the air without the final planned scene. Someone accept that challenge. I guarantee that happened. I guarantee it's happened before the first ever All In went overtime and they had to rush everything, dude. So just stop, Dave. Someone will call you out on that and own you. When you are allowed an overrun by the station, fitting into that overrun, allowance is like, it's timing correctly. Fucking Cope Meltzer with another one. Dave Copeland. According to Brian, last night on Dynamite, Jon Moxley was portraying Russell Crowe's character from Romper Stomper. So the rumors have it that Moxley, Marina are coming in and Shane McMahon is going to be their person, their manager, invading AEW. That's cringe as fuck. And if the AEW sickos are saying they enjoy that, then they like it, WWE. It's that simple. It's just that simple. There's no denying it anymore. So you'll have Harvey Weinstein's son in the company. And then what about Shane? Does he feel like, is he like, fuck WWE because you guys kind of pigeonholed my dad out? Or maybe that's his perspective, not what I'm saying, but you guys got my dad, whatever. I could see that being like a thing, but that's just cringe. It's just boohoo WWE. And it's like, all ex WWE people, other than, Marina Shafir was in NXT, I think, for like a minute. And I just think that's garbo, in my opinion. But apparently Moxley, though, is putting together this faction and he's portraying Russell Crowe's character from Romper Stomper. This is Russell Crowe's character from Romper Stomper. This is what that movie's about. A group of skinheads become alarmed at the way their neighborhood is changing. And they're fucking neo-Nazis. Okay? Here's what the movie is. Okay? And this is what... Now, listen to what Brian says. He goes, this isn't me breaking news or anything. Or this isn't me, speculating. That's what it is. I know that. So Moxley told them that's what it is. So Moxley's playing a Nazi, bro. And, you can try and spin this any way you want to. Why would Mox tell anybody this? This is the problem with being friends with dirt sheets, and this is the problem with AEW loving the sheets. Okay, let's say you are emulating aspects of the character. Then make sure that the fucking media that you shill to and hang out with and have brunch with Moxley, make sure you tell them to say what I just said. Well, there's certain aspects. Obviously, he's not a Nazi, but there's certain aspects of the character he's drawing inspiration from. Right? But to just go and be like, he's playing Russell Crowe from Romper Stomper. That's exactly who he is. This is a spoiler. It's just, I'm telling you. It's like, that's not can you, I don't know, man. These guys are just idiots.
What did you think about Jon Moxley unleashing Marina Shafir on the...
We talked about that.
The backstage guys, though.
We talked about it.
Yeah, sorry, and I know I might have said the N-word, the other N-word, YouTube doesn't like it, chat, sorry, just say Motzi or Yahtzee or something, you know what I mean? Because, I messed up and said it too, I'm sorry about that, but just make jokes about that shit all you want, but just don't, I don't want to fucking get stricken or Don Stevens'd over, I don't know what YouTube likes, man, they're a little all over the place lately, it's rocky, they changed their mind on a whim about what's acceptable and not to say on the shit, but I don't know, but it's just say Yahtzee or something. But it's crazy. Listen to what Brian says. He doesn't clarify it really or justify it. He just kind of goes, that's what it is. And it's okay. So imagine someone Googles this, sees, he's emulating a skinhead.
Well,
I mean, the backstage actors
very good,
were beyond. It was because of the actors in the back.
They were so horrible. I mean, my God.
What movie did John Moxley watch?
I actually know the movie you watched.
What is it?
Because
there's going to be things that are going to have to be explained if this is going to be one of those we're taking it from legitimate movies and weaving it into wrestling. Because
Romper Stomper,
movies.
Australian cult classic, 1992. He was
Romper
playing Russell
Stomper.
Crowe in what he was doing.
All right.
Not making this up.
So that's clearly, he's like, I know the movie because he's texting Mox. So then he goes into his text with Mox. I'm telling you guys what happened, okay? And he sees it and goes, oh, Romper Stomper, whatever. Because Mox told all these fucking dirt sheets how they're Sports Illustrated, I bet, how they're going to get this gimmick over. Like, because in AEW, they don't do the storytelling there, which kudos to Mox for trying. They do it all on social media and just expect people, Excalibur, to just list off things as people come to the ring. So, yeah, I don't know. Moxley is a skinhead, dude. So that's who he's emulating. So,
yep, that's a scoop for you.
Maybe with Punk Gone now we can go back to some of the Rocky storylines because, you know, most people have seen Rocky.
Why is he stealing storylines from movies? Why is that what Mox does? Why are you guys so don't have creativity of your own? Dave, when will you learn? AEW is hot right now. This guy says, Bruce crap, AEW's hot right now. And then Meltzer goes, Dynamite was #1 on cable. Got the full chart. And it's not #1 on cable. It's #1 on cable in the world of goofy wrestling. You know? So fucking dumb, man. We've broken it down ad nauseum. I'm not going to break down why they're not #1 on cable. They're #1 for in a demographic for that fucking time. But whatever. You guys already know. So this guy goes, a bunch of people are getting fed up with Wavy Davey, man. And they go, no, Dave, you told us the indie flippy bad comedy wrestlers would be the future of wrestling and attacked anyone who rejected that notion. Facts. You can gaslight your naive subscriber base, but the rest of us see right through you. Meltzer goes, cite an article where this was said and what ended up accurate or inaccurate. You said a guy was fucking dead who wasn't dead until the next day. That's all that needs to be said. And their kid had to come out and go, you're a piece of shit. And you didn't even make a phone call. How about the thing you posted on your message board? And I know it's not an article. That's what you do, play semantics. Well, that's not an article. With your tongue out. That's not an article. Okay, but you still are the news. You're posting it saying you got inside sources and it was just some bullshit posted to fucking Fightful's Discord. You're a fucking goof, Dave. We do it all the time. Oh, cite anything inaccurate? Welcome to PWT. That's literally what the fuck we do here, Dave. Jesus. And then Dave goes on and says, just because your imagination made something up doesn't mean it happened. Yeah, that's fucking choice. That's pretty ironic you saying that, Dave. Projection. He's fucking projecting, dude. Dave makes up these scenarios in his head. He's the reason everyone thinks WWE low ball and said all this stupid shit. He's just making shit up. And then he runs with these narratives and all these sheets, fantasy mark book, fake fucking scenarios in their heads about shit that isn't even true. Fucking annoying. So, moving along. We have Meltzer said what the GOAT says. It's amazing that all of Dave's WWE sources, which have been almost always wrong in 2024, exclusively share with him negative views about the company they work for or weaponized quotes that fit his narrative. So here's Meltzer saying, according to the WWE side, the AEW deal and the offers to Garcia and Strickland were considered bad for the sport because the offers are so far over what WWE perceives as the market value for both Garcia and Strickland. Here's the thing. WWE is the pro wrestling market, and they are the standard bearer. What they deem someone is worth is likely what they're worth unless you have things that can prove otherwise. So Does Swerve sell out of all of his merch? Is he the top fucking highest rate TV segments? Are the houses packed when he shows up to them? Is he, you know what I mean? These are ways they look at it. And Swerve has one of the lowest rated and it's no fault of his own, but one of the or maybe you could say a little bit of it is his, but one of the lowest rated title runs in the history of, or in AEW history, which isn't that long, and Garcia's just a fucking nobody. I don't even believe WWE offered him a fucking contract. And if they did, he'd just be in NXT. Like, they don't, it's like they don't see, for the love of God, I hope they didn't even offer him shit. And apparently Garcia showed up at All In with like a handshake. Like, he's not even signed or anything to AEW still. And they have him in one of the biggest storylines with MJF, right? That's why I don't believe he doesn't have a contract. Because how does he not have a contract? And they did it before with the title. They had Mox walking around without the contract and without a contract and the title, and he was wrestling Punk and all that. And so, yeah, they have Garcia walking around without a contract, showing up at All In and getting involved with MJF, and he's one of your biggest stars. What happens if Garcia goes, yeah, no, I'm going to WWE? What happens if he does that? Then what? You guys fucking, I don't know. And WWE says that it's bad for the sport. It is to overprice and overvalue people like that. Like, that's what WCW did to WWE, and it fucked the business up because it almost put WWE out of business. And then what would have happened if that happened? Where would all of those wrestlers gone into WCW? Hogan and them would have just kept burying them and everything. And the other thing is like this. When the NWO came back to WWE, they're taking less money to do that than they did in WCW, for sure. And they all still came back, dude, because it's more than that. It's more money in the long run. It's fucking bigger, greater legacy in the history books of WWE. Like, in 50 years, what will people remember historically about AEW? In 50 years, do you guys think it'll be because everyone goes, well, WWE has a 50-year head start. Okay, so in 50 years, what do you think AEW will be? And then they look back at their history, and is it Hogan and Andre and all of this shit? And like all these crazy moments or is it fucking Swerve hanging Hangman and just shitty the Devil that they did a year of television based around that shit that had zero payoff whatsoever, literally zero, none, nil payoff. Like, it's really TNA. They TNA'd themselves, but even TNA was like on fire at the beginning, so yeah, it just overprices wrestlers that are worth that much. That's the thing. And it's bad for the sport because all it's going to do is make people run Tony Khan's wallet up. So he's an idiot. And then they're going to go to WWE thinking they're worth more than they are. That's why it's bad for the sport. You guys don't get it. And these people want to sit there and argue like fucking AEW's been good or any of these people are draws. Like, okay, the art form hasn't been good itself, period, just being honest. And the business aspect numbers have not been good. So just objectively speaking, AEW hasn't been good, man. And I know there's some good, you got to trudge through some shit and you get some gold here and there, but it's just overall WWE's constantly gold. So, and they want to be the competition, right? So it's crazy to me that we even have these discussions, or they try and put this on, or people can't comprehend how this is bad for the sport. They try and go, oh, what? Because WWE deems it? No, but who else? So, okay, is TNA giving people more money than WWE or AEW? No. Is New Japan giving people more money than WWE or AEW? No. Is fucking they're the two places giving the most money. So yeah, these two companies dictate what people are worth. Period. So it's like, you guys are fucking dumb if you don't understand this. Anyways, so Meltzer said what? Let's read Wrestling Observer. Another major story of the week was that the announcement that Swerve Strickland had signed a new deal. Based on what we've been told, this deal locks him up through September 2029. It was well known that WWE tried to make a play for Strickland and Prince Nana act. The deal was reportedly, it is well known. Who? Because you guys said it? Does that make it well known? The deal was reportedly agreed to a few weeks back, but they saved the announcement for here. People were talking about how Strickland had become a rich man with a new deal, and it's believed to be among the biggest deals in pro wrestling, although would be well below the Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, and Randy Orton level. It's probably in the range of the Okada-Monet range based on what were hinted about regarding those deals. Okay, and their range is what? Like $5 million is what they're saying. Is Swerve worth $5 million, man? I'm not trying to shit on him, bro, and good for him. But like based on the where do you get the five? So Wembley was an above five at 45,000 tickets all in. Tony Khan said that Wembley was a $5 million gate. So they did like 50K. Let's give them the benefit of the doubt. So they made $5 million. So that pays for Swerve alone. That's not Monet. That's not Okada. That's not the Bucks. That's not Omega. That's not Mox. That's not Edge. That's not Sting. That's not Darby. That's not fucking Whack Perry. That's not any of these guys, man. Okada, I might have said him twice, but they're giving him a shitload of money. So you know what I mean? Like Jericho, that doesn't factor into any of those other things. Just Swerve $5 million. Yeah, dude, that's bad for the sport. I'm sorry. It's good for the people's wallets. And yes, it's good for fans who just want to consume wrestling for sure. But is that what's best for business? No. And is that going to leave a better wrestling business behind? No, it's not. Because why? Well, how come, Phil? Because these people give them less money and give them health care if you really care about them and really change the business, Tony. Work in the deal that they get less money, but they get full 100% dental and healthcare and all that shit. Put that instead of just giving them all this money up front or whatever, right? And then truly change the sport for the better. But you're not doing that. You're just flooding the market with money. You're just saturating it with money. You're just throwing a bunch of money into wrestling that doesn't go back into wrestling. All of WWE's money is going back into wrestling and paying the talent and doing all these crazy shits. Developing the next generations. Your money isn't even doing house shows. You're just fucking flushing it down the toilet. And that's why people have something to say about it. Good for Strickland, but fuck, man. I don't even think his fucking music video for his fucking songs hit 1 million views. Let alone the dude's getting $5 million. Is that what you mean to tell me? Fucking wild, man. Cody Rhodes and Randy Orton level. It's probably in the range of Okada and Monet. Whatever. We read it. Yeah, here, let's read this. The deal and the offer to Garcia were told to us by someone on the WWE side. Every time they say someone on the WWE side, it's never real. For Garcia and more than one on Strickland as being bad for the sport because they're so far over what WWE would perceive the market value for both to be. See, the way they spin this, they're overpaid because WWE says so. It's their opinion. No, that's the opinion of the masses. Go ask any economist. Why don't we get a real economist to come fucking talk this shit? Ask any Uber fan, Mark. Ask anybody, Dave. That's real, that you can put a name to. Not just, this guy told me that we never tell you who that is. Those people are working you or they're just bad at their jobs, dude. You have no real source there, dude. And what WWE perceives because they're the ones hiring. WWE, so if AEW didn't hire Kevin Owens because the same thing. Because apparently they perceived his deal to be too high compared to what WWE was going to pay him. You guys aren't writing our articles going, it's oversaturated or pardon me, it fucked up the market value according to AEW. The reality is WWE can afford anything. Yes, that's exactly it, you elitist, goofy babies. Tony Khan is a spoiled rich kid who can afford anything. So he just fucking gets, new toy. That's exactly the fucking problem. Just because you can afford to fucking go out and eat dinner, go out and eat at a restaurant every night doesn't mean you should. Okay? Doesn't mean you shouldn't either. But it also doesn't mean that that's good for business, just spending money willy-nilly. Fuck, man. AEW still has to spend with some caution, where the idea they'll be so profitable then will erase the first 6 years of losses won't be the case. See, and look at this. This is fantasy mark booking by these sick fucking weirdos. This idea you guys invented and have been pushing out there that they will be profitable after year 6, which that wasn't ever the fucking, you guys are saying year 5 and the TV deal, but there's still no TV deal. And this is what you guys invented. There's no idea they'll be profitable. Clearly, Tony Khan doesn't have that idea either. You guys made it up and tried to make it a thing, and then Fantasy Mark booked it. And now this TV deal, it's not going to be uber profitable. They're going to, because it doesn't matter. Brandon Thurston himself said they lost about $150 million. So if they get fucking if they get $100 million back, they're still operating in the fucking red. Okay, even if it's double the TV deal, which I'll be happy if they get a fat one, but they're not going to spend the money correctly, and it's just going to pay back shit to just pay off the bad shit they've already done. So that's why it's not exciting. Okay, that's why you guys understand that. I'm not going to cry if they get a TV deal, and they're going to get some sort of deal. But it's just like I'm not also going to be surprised if they don't, or if they do. Or if it's not putting them in the fucking green, like all these, it's not $1 billion, no shit. Like if they get one, okay. It won't shock me. Either way it happens, but it's like we like, you know what I mean? It's not going to be in the green, even if they get 100 million, which would be like generous, in my opinion, just based off what other people have say to me, evil dose, people smarter than me. And if I said 100 million, he would scoff at that and be like, how do they get 100 mil? And I go, well, that's just kind of the rumors, So it's really like if they don't even get that, like they lost 150 the 1 year. Now, companies don't have to be in green all the time. I say it all the time. It doesn't matter if you're in the green. You can operate at a loss. Businesses do it all the time. Sometimes they operate in the red until like 10 years deep, and then they hit it huge. But all we're saying is like there's obvious ways that he could be investing this money into house shows and the indies and making wrestling better for everyone. And that's not lowballing people, right? But it's like, give Swerve $2 million, right? And then fucking put on some house shows for the next few months. Do some little fucking ragtag indie fucking 400 people venues and film everything for the next 6 months with that other 3 million or whatever. You know what I mean? Like there's ways to and I'm not saying Swerve shouldn't get money, but Garcia, like what are they offering him? $1,750,000 a year even? Do you think Garcia? Yeah, if they're giving Garcia even do you think he's worth $500,000 a year? I don't know about all that. Now I'm not saying he's worth 30 grand a year, but like, come on, man. This guy gets signed in NXT for what? He's lucky if he's making 100, 200 grand a year. Like super lucky for that, for where he's at and what he's done and what he's drawn and all this shit. And Tony Khan's a fucking idiot too. And I see the super chats. So sorry to keep you guys waiting, but Tony Khan's an idiot because you'd think that he would so he lets him without a contract negotiate with WWE and then has Garcia show up at their biggest show and get a big reaction involved with MJF and build his stock up right before the guy could just walk out on you. Like, it's just terrible business management. I'm sorry. I didn't see the super chats. I was going off. $10 from Jamie Earhart.
Acknowledge me.
Dementia Meltzer makes me want to scream. The worst part, as someone who went to college for journalism, is his lack of fact-checking. Exactly. All he has to do is make a phone call himself. Instead, he lets little stooges and little birdies tell him little shits, and they're all little white lies. Second thing I hate is opinion-based reporting presented as fact. Exactly. That's why I don't present my shit as fact, and I'm dumb, and don't listen to me. I look at what these motherfuckers say in the news, I show it to you guys, then I give my opinion on that shit. And I'm good at pattern recognition. So if I'm right, I'm right. You know what I mean? Might have some wrestlers come on the show who fucking I chat them up a bit in the DMs. Might have some wrestlers' relatives who've been on the show that I chat up in the DMs. So maybe there's a little insight there too. But I'm never going to sit there and fucking be like, yo, this is 100%. Like, fuck the news. I don't want to be the hot news, man. It's so cringe. And I don't blame people if they do. But you have to have fucking at least call someone. Dave, with your own two little measly thumbs that are tweeting all day, you can fucking pick up the phone, dial up a source if you have real credible ones, and figure out if Offa's passed RIP or not before you say stupid shit. Call Pat McAfee before you fucking, or someone who works with his podcast or whatever, before you fucking say he's going to be gone because the Wyatt shit. Obviously, didn't you see it? Be like me and record the show 10 minutes later. He's a fucking idiot. It's gross and disgusting. Thank you so much for the super chat. I have others I must get to. And, Castle Helford, a $2 super sticker. Well, thank you so much. I will give you a rub. And I'm not super familiar with what those are, but feel free to contribute and get a super sticker. And if you become a member, if you see next to the members' names too, like in the comments, you get those like badges. And right now, if you've been a member for like a few months, you have the Dave Meltzer tongue out badge, and it's so apropos timing wise. So thank you, Castle Helford. And our good friend Derek H for $10 says, Tony Khan took Japan's Hogan and booked him into irrelevancy, completely destroying his worth when he negotiates his next contract. Yeah, dude, absolutely. Thank you so much, dude.
Conan.
They're all calling for Conan. And by Japan's Hogan, you mean like Okada, right? Or is it Kenny? I don't know, whatever. Either way, though, Okada, I'm sure you mean Okada. He's getting paid. Like, I'm not saying he ain't worth a shitload of money either. But just what he's doing right now, they've diminished him. And he just doesn't look as good. He doesn't look like he cares in the ring. His matches haven't been as good. And I'm not the only one saying that. Like, Marie Shadows will tell you that. She's a big New Japan mark. She fucking defends some of the stuff where people scoff at because she goes, no, in Japan, this is this and this, you know, but she also goes, it's odd AEW would do this without explaining it or just doing it in this making it comedy when it's actually kind of presented serious, whatever. There's different ways to break it down. But yeah, man, I liked at first, you guys know too, I'm calling it like it is because at first I said it. Yo, Okada's gimmick, him dancing with Monet well, he just did that last week, but I just said like him getting involved with the Bucks and Monet getting involved with them. And I like it. It's a different pace. It's different than Japan. He's going to be like the real Rainmaker throwing weight around, but no, he's just another guy. He doesn't look as good a shape. Like he doesn't care as much. It seems like in the ring, the matches don't hit as hard. You know, he's not as intense and he's not this big draw that like, man, all I'm saying, if they had brought him in WrestleMania, open challenge, beats Gunther out of nowhere, Gunther can get the belt back at the next pay-per-view, whatever. But if that was like for the IC title or whatever, that would have been amazing. He would have instantly been like a huge fucking star, man. And I think he would have been great in WWE. And I don't know, man. It's a goddamn shame we might not ever see that unless Okada's deals for like 3 years. Because that's the thing with Tony. We know he'll give people a lot of money for a short amount of time too. And if like let's say in 3 years Okada just does a quick WWE run, I'm down. But yeah, it's been a little silly. Yeah, the Meltzer badge of shame, we own that shit. I'm gonna change one of them. I think there's like a Vince McMahon one coming up. That was way before anything. I'm going to change that to like a flute one or something maybe. Jon Moxley's new gimmick in AEW is reportedly inspired by Russell Crowe's character in the 92 film Romper Stomper. There you go. Biggest fail of all time, I would say. That's a huge one, dude. It's not a good look to just have that be put out there. Dave Meltzer on Kevin Owens' WWE contract expiring soon and comparing it to Swerve Strickland's new AEW deal. Speaking of Swerve. Soda water. So Dave says Owens' contract, which was a 3-year deal, which at the time of signing was one of the highest in the company, and in wrestling will be due in early 2025. You know, like at the time AEW, Batman, AEW was aware and did an attempt to match his big offer. Tells you something about how salaries have escalated in the last 2+ years. So Dave, see, earlier you put this spin and say WWE values him, and now all the sickos are crying about it. And then here you go. At the time, AEW was aware of the money and did an attempt to match his big offer, which tells you something about how salaries have escalated in the last 2+ years. So AEW does it good, WWE does it bad. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's literally that in real time. We just caught you, you dumb bastard. We know that you're making this shit up. We know that you're a liar.
Tell us what you know, you goddamn liar!
And you're shilling. And if it was this year, there's a good chance they would have tried to match the deal. So, Dave, this is precisely why overpaying people is bad for the industry. Okay? Because then WWE, or let's say they do match it, and WWE gives Kevin Owens a bump. Right? And then they do match it, or they give it even more. Then you're outvaluing like Swerve. If Swerve's making 5 or whatever, KO's got to be worth 5. But now you got people in AEW who haven't drawn a fucking dime getting paid as much or more than WWE guys who are fucking selling out buildings all over the world, wrestling night in, night out, actually making the business better when they leave it. That's people say they love wrestling. You don't, because you're trying to hotshot book wrestling and leave it worse than and you're leaving it worse than when you guys got in it. That's what AEW's been doing, man. At first, it made everything better. Then the trajectory of things just changed. And they make everything worse now. And legacies get ruined. Ricochet's in there. Fucking Osprey's getting bigger pops than him, which is fine in AEW. But he's going to the limit with Fletcher. And we got to believe like Danielson or he's going to go toe-to-toe with Ospreay. It's just so fucking stupid. He's lost in the shuffle 2 weeks in. Ricochet, we're talking now. And it's like he probably makes a shitload of money. No more house shows. So I don't know, man. Is that good? Then you don't get some of these experiences. Maybe he feels like he experienced it all. I'm not shitting on Ricochet, but that's why. So Dave is just, again, hypocritical Dave. The Strickland deal is well ahead of the Owens deal, which is at $2.25 million. And $3 million over 3 years was considered huge at the time. It's still huge, Dave. It's only not considered huge because fucking they're giving Swerve and shit $5 million. See, he won't say $5 million, but he's going well ahead because it's $5 million. Okay, I just told you guys before. I don't tell you things unless I know. It's $5 million. Okay. Okay. People like to tell me. I've seen so many different notes of fucking what people have from different things, and I'm not saying any of them are true, but I look at what numbers are similar in that range, and Tony Khan does these certain deals, man, where that $5 million number is like where people's at. He's getting 5. Okay. That's what I am to believe. Okay. But don't listen to me. I'm a dumbass. Anyways, though. So we move along. Dave Meltzer. I don't know. Just even if he's right here, he fuck himself. So Darby Allin beating Danielson for the AEW World Championship has been strongly talked about. So why are you killing it for the people who watch the show week in, week out? Why are you telling them what's going to happen on the TV show? This is why people don't appointment view AEW, because you guys stooge Edge's debut. You love to talk about, make it known who's coming over and when. Like, you think that's going to attract people over there. No, it's going to make people not want to watch the shit. And you guys would do more with the element of surprise, but instead y'all love to talk to the fucking dirt sheets. Drives me insane. WWE reportedly tried to make a play for Swerve and Nana. I mean, if you want to be real about it, they're both ex-WWE guys already. People in WWE believe Tony Khan is, Nana's ex-WWE guys. People in WWE believe Tony Khan is spending more than he needs to, calling the new contract. Okay, so more on this. The Strickland deal and the offer to Garcia were told by us. Oh, sorry. No. We already read this one. Yeah, sorry. So nice. I bookmarked it twice. So we got Meltzer stars to get into as well. But Dave Meltzer is just a disgusting pig as well, which we're going to get into. He's a complete and utter pig. And but we're going to go over his fake stars in the beginning, like Meltzer. And then I deleted that tweet swiftly. And then I admitted, I got worked by fake stars, but I still feel the same about Seltzy Meltzy. And so the all-in rating. So Swerve and Brian was 5.25 stars. I don't know about that. Darby versus Perry was 2 3/4. Okay. I don't fuck with this quarter stuff. It's so ridiculous. Mercedes versus Britt was 2.5. Okay. So I mean, it was worse than that, but at least whatever. MJF Ospreay 5, of course. Just fucking Ospreay. Oh, look, it's Meltzer, bro. Meltzer couldn't even go to WrestleMania when he lives in Northern Cali and they're in Southern Cali, but he can go to fucking all the way across the world to fucking, or across the pond to London for this shit. So stupid. Casino Gauntlet 4.5. You're a fucking liar. He's lying through his teeth. Bucks versus FTR versus Acclaim 4.25. 4 stars, dude.
You what?
There's ain't no way. Hook and Jericho 3. Come on. May versus Storm 3 3/4. Yeah, I mean, come on. That's like maybe a 4-star even. At least, I don't know. Phil stars, it was pretty goddamn good. 3 or 4. Trios ladder match 4.5. God damn it. What was that again? Oh, yeah. It just looked like that match was pretty fun. Yeah. But 4.5. Like, we all knew he was going to say that. Team Dustin versus Cage 3 3/4. Get the fuck out of here. Ishii and Willow versus Stokely and Chris 3. So AEW All In. Thumbs up 381, 0 thumbs down, 25% in the middle. I'm not saying you have to hate it, but obviously that's like if I did a poll, we're all gonna, is Tony Khan dumb? You're all gonna vote yes. You know what I mean? But not one person said no. It was a thumbs down overall. That's pretty fucking telling, you know? The worst match, Mercedes and Britt, and then Danielson Swerve. for the best match. Okay. So that's Observer, whatever. Don't let those stars trigger you, but it is a little ridiculous. Let's see what else we got here. So this from Brad Becker. Shout out Brad Becker. Shout out Brad Becker. Went through an operation. Hope he's doing good. Shout out my homie George Capter because he's a good homie. Shout out all of chat, but also shout out all Jake's GoFundMe for his kitty. Make sure you share that. And yeah, but this is from Brad Becker, PWT Universe inhabitant. Says, don't know if you saw this, PWT, but since when is Meltzer in multiple Hall of Fames? I bet he's in his own Hall of Fame. I don't know any Hall of Fames that Meltzer's in, but let's read this. So he's going back and forth with Disco and basically, and thank you for screen grabbing it, I'm blocked. So this lowdown Dirty D says, exactly, Disco is in the business and not just as a wrestler. He sat in booking meetings, provided ideas, feedback, and had things shot down along with approved. Dave is the mark of marks, friends with the billionaire kid, and neither can handle being criticized. Right? Dave Meltzer quotes this and goes, one of us has lasted 42 straight years. Dave, not in the business. You haven't lasted 42 years in the business. Disco Inferno has lasted 42 years of what? Life and working? Like he's worked in clubs, whatever. I don't know what he's done with his life, but like to say lasted 42 years, like in the wrestling business, Dave, you're not in the business, buddy. And is in multiple halls of fame. Dave, oh my God, man. Just taking this so personally. It is so cringe.
You fucking mark!
Emotional damage.
And then Disco pipes back up. And only one of y'all has been in fucking Ready to Rumble. So how about that? Shout out Disco. But he goes, one of us is willing to debate, the other on his views respectfully, and one of us is not. And that's all that needs to be fucking said by Glenn Gilberti. You ain't hype for $2, says Rico shit. Oh, come on now. Oh, come on now. You ain't hype. That's not very fair. It's not very fair to call him shit just because he's in a new company and you want AEW to die. Ricochet should have stayed in WWE, buried in AEW. He's not buried yet, but he doesn't have many favors done for him with this whole fucking fighting Kyle Fletcher to the limit. And then they're just going to recreate the Flippy Ospreay match again, which, and like Tony Khan said it, he wants to redo the Okada Omega shit too. That's what was going to be at this Wembley. So that'll be next year.
The best guys, Tony Khan.
So I don't know, man. Thank you for the super chat. But yeah, Disco Fever completely destroying Dave. I promised you guys some sickos. Let's do some sickos quickly, okay? We'll do a couple. I'll save some for this Wednesday's live show. And man, what a weekend. So this Jim Valley guy, pro wrestling counselor, took pictures. We'll get into that, but we'll just talk about this one. This Jim Valley guy just tweeting some cringe fucking weirdo shit, okay? And we'll roast Drain Bamager next show. But yeah, look at this. Like Jimmy Corderas is saying they don't do anything by accident in WWE. Chicago AEW Mark goes, this is a company that lucked into their biggest star in merchandise completely by accident. And 8 people like this. 8 people who should never be allowed to watch pro wrestling again. I'm so sorry. How the fuck did they luck into it? Jesus Christ, man. That's like saying AEW lucked into Tony Storm or whatever's been their biggest draw. Like, fuck, man. Just sick weirdos. But yeah, Jim Valley, though. Just a fucking complete Melvin. And he goes, congratulations to Triple H and Stephanie's daughter on backstory. Bash in Berlin, Cody Rhodes filled in for Triple H because Triple H hopped on a plane and went to his daughter's college graduation. So Cody took over the scrum, right? So this Jim Valley goober who, like, okay, he's friends with Meltzer. He fucking, Tony Khan donated to his GoFundMe. Okay, great. But like, this guy's just fucking a moron, okay? I had to unfollow him a long time ago. And he goes, congratulations to Triple H and Stephanie's daughter on graduating college. Nothing but the best to her as she starts out in her new career. And hopefully, for her sake, nothing bad will happen, like someone paying her too much money. I'm told that's a very bad thing. So first off, going off of this stooge Meltzer's fake narrative that he made believed is what fucking he make believed is what Jim Valley's referring to. 500 people like this. This guy's talking about their fucking daughters randomly. Like, that's weird, bro. He flew. Why even make a joke about his daughter's graduation? Like, there's a million jokes you could make about AEW being held hostage for money or overpaying talent or whatever. But you just, oh man, it's actually disgusting, you know, that he would bring this up, and he doesn't stop. So there's more of this. Like, the guy went on, so this guy's really fucking weird. Pro wrestling counselor, right? Screen grabs more of these. And Jim Valley at one point last year's going, fun fact, Dave Meltzer's daughter's favorite wrestler is Natsu Sumire. She has great taste. Dave has a daughter? What? When we were in Japan in 2020 together, I found that Dave's son and daughter could be very insightful about wrestling. They don't follow closely, but they definitely pick things up. Smart kids. No, they don't pick anything up. I'm willing to guarantee that if Meltzer's fucking guiding them, dude. And if you're saying so, because you have this weird problem speaking about people's kids. So he goes on. For the record, Dave Meltzer's daughter is a very sweet young woman. I bet that dog is amazing at ballet. Can't believe Bryan Danielson kisses his precious daughter Birdie with that potty mouth. Needs to wash his mouth out with organic vegan soap. You guys.
You what?
What the fuck is this guy? Dude, I won't even Google a celebrity's wife. Okay? You know when you type in like a celebrity and then it says like their wife underneath. I don't care. I don't look up their kids, bro. Jesus, man. What are you talking about their kid? It just seems weird. He's just has some weird thing. Like, you know, like Joe Biden smells kids. You see there's compilations of that. That's like this dude. There's compilations now. This guy talking about daughters and shit. So let's go on. There's more, man. Your daughter, IP Freely, is a lovely young woman. He says this to some guy, Josh Kearns. Oh, okay. Miz freaks out over one random toy in his daughter's room. Every parent watching. What's so scary about that? Okay, does Jim have kids? Maybe he just loves being. Here's another one. Oh, how cute. They're married and having. This is what he said recently about Ruby Soho. Listen, this gets worse, guys. Believe it or not. This guy's even wackier. He goes, oh, how cute. They're married and having the first AEW baby. Aw, I wish them all the best. 5 minutes later, there'd be some idiot. Oh, yeah? Aurora or Declan McMahon are going to kick that kid's ass. First off, I didn't even know their kids' names. Whose kids are Aurora and Declan? Who knows their names enough to make a tweet, a little quip about? I didn't know. Okay? First off, okay? And I'm the biggest Uber mark there is. Second off, that's not the first AEW baby. Fucking that's Sammy Guevara and Ty Mello's kid. Thirdly, right? This dude is such a fucking weirdo, sick freak that he's fantasy mark booking what he thinks people like WWE fans are going to say about a baby being born. I love it when these freaks like fantasy mark book arguments in their head. That's what AIR Gold Duck was doing to me in our DMs. I'm going to be composed and you're going to lose your shit and you're going to quit the debate. Like, these people fantasy mark book their lives because they don't have real lives. Okay? I swear to God. What a fucking weirdo thing to even say. Here's more. This is a sincere question. I'm not being snarky. I honestly don't know. Do kids all say yeet? It seems like tying your image to a fad term could cause you to be seen as uncool as soon as the term is passé. Or maybe Jay is charismatic and fans like him. He can overcome it. I don't know, dude. Why don't you ask Dave Meltzer's fucking daughter, since you know so much about her and she can win. You're at her talent shows and she fucking, her favorite wrestler. I don't know, weirdo. Thanks to Justin Roberts. You do such a professional job announcing, and your book is tremendous. I related to so much of your younger years as a kid, obsessed with wrestling. I mean, okay, that's not too weird, I guess, but yeah, I don't know. This woman's face says it all. And yeah, just fucking Jim, log off, bro, or just don't talk about people's kids. And he defended it all, and then he dropped his GoFundMe. And it's like, bro, you need to calm down. I didn't even, yeah. Anyways, Meltzer needs to keep tabs on his people. Somebody says, and they screen grab all of those. So the last one I want to talk to you guys about tonight is Ricky Stark says, just destroys this fucking guy and destroys all the AEW dirt sheets, talking all of that shit.
You fucking mark!
About him. And basically, this happened today. So right before I hopped on the show, more or less, Captain Grape Drink goes, literally anyone who is going to be pushed as a top champion needs to prove that they can handle the smaller things first. The fact that Ricky's attitude when given the smaller opportunities was to pout and disagree with creative is the main reason why he didn't get bigger shots. And then Ricky Starks quote tweets this, "Free Ricky, we love Ricky on the show." And Ricky Starks goes, "Enough is enough. Usually I don't even speak on this, but it's tired. I've never turned down anything ever. Just stop." Ricky said,
"Shut up, bitch."
Round of applause to Ricky. Just destroying this mark. And yeah, we know, Ricky. We know. They don't want to fucking use you properly, bro. And like they just think you're going to leave. And you are going to leave, obviously. If you weren't going to before, you fucking are now. And they just can't handle that. And so it's already begun, Ricky. They're burying you. They're going to come up with stupid shit like this that they make believe. And they're just going to talk shit until you do leave. And then you're going to go to WWE and become a world champion one day against Cody at WrestleMania or something crazy like that. And then they're all going to be crying and saying, "Look, AEW made all of WWE's top guys." But you'd be a top guy no matter what. It's not your fault. And you know that. Enough is enough. Ricky's fed up. I'm fed up. And yeah, that's pretty much what it was. And guys, I'm sure you're fed up of me this weekend. It's been a long one, a long haul of, just wrestling. We did a lot together this weekend. So round of applause to the chat and everybody who was hanging out. This show, I had a blast. I think this NXT was probably the show of the weekend, like overall. And I just appreciate you all for being here. All of the members, make sure you hit that like and subscribe on your way out. And yeah, I've been your host, Phil Marks, man. YouTube.com/@ProWrestleTimes, YouTube.com/@ProWrestleClips. Both channels, as you can see there, we're at like 4.3K. We're on our way to 4.5K. So let's get there, and let's get the other channel to like 1,500 subs. We're on our way to that too. And even if you sub to one and not the other, just hit subscribe on both. It goes a long way. Appreciate you all. Patreon content coming this week. And yeah, I don't know. I'll see you all in the Upside Down. Peace.
I look and see it's not just me.
Jeff, why do you insist on doing this dumb internet shit on TV?
I look and see it's not just me.
This place is a fucking joke, man. You're a clown. I quit.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. We call this problem child. We spend our lives on trial. We walk an endless mile. We are the youth gone wild. We stand and we won't fall. We're one and one for all. The writing's on the wall. We are the youth gone wild.
No. It doesn't make logical sense, but it makes.
Well, yes, of course.
But it makes wrestling booking sense. Of course, this makes no sense. Of course, okay, it makes no sense. However, in pro wrestling booking, which often makes no sense, you would do that. It's about making money. It's not about anything else. Wrestling's always been about making money first and foremost. That's it.
Yes! I look and see it's not just me.
Last weekend was the greatest weekend in AEW history. This is the greatest week.
I look and see it's not just me.
Security, my safety, my life was in danger at a wrestling show.
So many of us have stood where we stand. We are the young, so raise your hand. So many of us have stood where young, so raise your hand. We call this problem child. We spend our nights on trial. We walk an endless smile. We are the youth on trial. We stand, we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. Nobody's on the wall. We are the youth on wild. We call this problem child. We spend our nights on trial. We walk an endless smile. We are the youth on wild. We stand, we won't fall. We're 1 and 1 for all. Nobody's on the wall. We are the youth on wild. Living wild. Yeah.
If you're familiar with how we do things often here on these Wednesdays, it's a lot like one of my favorite movies, Time Cop.
What? Fuck you. Fuck you.
Yeah.
Well, folks, it's been a night to remember, but right now we are out of time. I'm Nick Diamond.
I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin.
And I'm Johnny Gomez. On behalf of all of us here at Celebrity Deathmatch, good fight, good night.
So, hairline. I have Paul London imitating Aubrey Edwards. You want to watch that video? You want to watch that? It sounds funny. Like, I don't know. Those words strung together sound hilarious to me. So, let's get into this and see if it'll pop us or something.
I popped us already. We're already popped.
Okay, so here on X, formerly known as Twitter, still known as Twitter to many, we have Paul London imitating Aubrey Edwards. And he's here with James here. I don't know who that is. Rene Dupree, shout him out. And Ace Darling. That's a fucking throwback. Ace Darling. I think he did dark matches for like ECW and WWF back in the day, but never really made it. But shout out all you guys. Shout out Paul London. Here is Paul London imitating Aubrey Edwards. Shout out Cafe du Rene Dupree.
Yeah, she was like, "You don't recognize me, do you?"
Right.
Or something like that. She's like, "I'm only one of the most famous referees in professional wrestling." And he was like, "Oh, I don't really watch WWF anymore. Like, I haven't watched it a long time." She's like, "WWE? Please. I wrestle for I'm a referee for AEW. It's the newest shit. If you don't know it, then you need to go check it out."
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
And
oh no!
And then he was just like, yeah. She was like,
oh my god! London just bodied her, bro. My word.
Oh god! Quick little fucking Paul London story. Like fucking, at one of the gathering of the Juggalos, he tagged with Brian Kendrick, and during their entrance, they both smoked a joint to themselves. They both had a joint. You know what I'm saying? And they smoked those daddies all the way down during their entrance. Let me tell you, bro. This was like an 8-minute entrance. You just don't you don't smoke a whole joint by yourself. Wait. And like fucking dog, listen. London starts climbing up one of the rafters, and it's like he gets halfway up and just sits like Jericho doing the cans. He's up there just smoking the joint and whatnot. Yeah. Paul London's good shit, bro. I can't believe he did the horse.
Dude, I can't believe he went that fucking hard. And everyone popped. Oh god! Again, I don't watch Cafe du Rene, but I watch when like they interviewed Rob Van Dam and certain people. Like I'll pop on, but I don't really actually know what they think of AEW in general. But it's hilarious. He just went that.
Well, most of all, Paul London ain't looking for a fucking job. You know, we confirmed.
Ladies and gentlemen, shit's about to hit the fan.
The system is broken. It was time for a revolution. We could be the wrestlers that we want to be.
We have our own stories. We make our own characters.
Different. That's what makes us elite.
I've been forced to vacate the AEW World Trios Championship.
Khan created a revolution.
Show days, super chaotic. A lot of times we get here and we don't know what we're doing till hours, minutes before we go out there.
There literally are. I think some weeks 100 talents running around backstage.
At that point, it caught Tony Khan's ear, and he started thinking, maybe I want to do this, and let's get together. And I guess the rest is history, right?
We're just getting started, but it's a great fight to start a great night.
Orange Cassidy in serious trouble.
This will be fun, right? I'm excited. Ready to go? Go to break.
Figured out what works as a heel in the ring for me.
Austin wants to be here so bad.
Is it a break spot?
Not yet. We need to build an army right now.
It was good. That's good match.
You thought everything looked okay? Yeah. I hope it was good. I just feel like...
You tonight.
That was big.
Oh, damn it, God, damn it. We've seen this time and time again out of Jericho and Guevara.
That's awesome. That was great. Ah! Yes! Sick!
He's going to take it! And Claudio Castagnoli.
Is that heavy, Tony? No. I gave you extra time. 6 to break for right now. Go. They're really flying through. Hey! That was great. That was perfect.
1, 2, 3!
Are you okay? That was great. Way to get him up at the end. You got him back. That was great. Pick him up. That was a great finish. Oh, yeah. Going into the card rundown. We'll feel out the ending, and then we'll go into the card rundown bumpers.
With time, Mello.